Test mic 1 2 3 1 2 3. Korang dengar guys? Yo Azim, welcome to the stream. Kejap kita pastikan balik dah detect belum ke ni. Test mic 1 2 3. Kau suka dengar guys? Macam biasa tunggu stream start. Sebab dekat tempat saya tak keluar lagi. Tapi kalau aku tengok live replay, selalunya dia dah start sebenarnya kan. Tapi masa stream ni dia tak start lagi sebenarnya. Macam mana tu? Susah nak explain tu. Alright, okay. Sekarang kita dah nampak stream. Alright, hello Azim. Azim Fidau, welcome to the stream Welcome to the stream. Kejap seperti biasa bagi saya adjust dulu apa yang patut. Yo, Fahir Encam. No Phantom. Ayo, abang saya fan YouTube abang. Ya ke? Ya ke Fahir? Bukan awak fan kepada Next Gaming Official ke? By the way, welcome to the stream Fahim. Thank you. Singgah Fahim. Casing siap kau dah sampai Fahim? Next Gaming? Hello, welcome to the stream. Ini Next Gaming. Ini Next Gaming Official ke apa ni? Kenapa tak ada gambar? Pelik Ayuk Next, anda ada account anda ada orang buat fake account. GG lah Next. Azim, saya demam ke atau apa? Biasanya saya akan dipanggil dengan nama saya Sadi. Anda nak sebab anda tak ada letak gambar Syed Sadi Azim. So saya tak terpanggil nama tu. Sebab tak ada gambar Syed Sadi Azim Aduh, anda nak saya gelar anda Syed Sadi ke atau Azim ni? Aduh, dua-dua boleh Azim. No hal. Datuk, welcome to the stream Datuk. Datuk kita dah Kazuha situ. Gila lah. Congrats lah Datuk. Tahniah. Anda ingat senang ke nak dapat Kazuha situ? Berapa kan Primo James? Datuk habis? Ambil ke tak silap kalau nak pakai ayah kasih itu 40,000 kot. 30,000, 40,000. Banyak agak. Tak tahu lah kalau Datuk berapa. Lagi kurang lagi hebat lah. Kimi. Yalah Kimi. Kimi Encel. Welcome to the stream Kimi. Thank you singgah. Kejap aku punya Genshin kat PC ni. Apa orang kata belum ni lagi. Belum habis update. Tak, dia dah update. Dia verify. So kejap setara anda menunggu ni. Kita intermission dulu. So anda, apa pendapat anda tentang Heizou? Siapa-siapa yang dah ada tu cerita. Datuk dah siap buat showcase lagi tu. Apa pendapat anda tentang Heizou Siapa-siapa yang dah dapat Heizou? Mana-mana boleh. Baik pula Datuk Azim. Aku nak terpanggil Datuk Azim terus. Baiklah Datuk Syed Sadiq. Saya panggil siapa-siapa lah nama anda Azim. Baik. Ni verify GG lah. C6 Heizou Datuk. Oh my god. C6 Heizou OP tu. Dia naikkan quick weight dengan quick damage. Betul. Kalau kita buka skill ke burst. And tak silap aku, quick weight tu untuk, kan dia ada stack kan. Stack aku tak quite sure stack dia. Satu stack naik 6% quick weight dia, something like that. Tambah stack 2 naik lagi 6%. Stack 3 naik lagi. Oh my god, it's so broken lah. Heizou C6 is so broken. Power lah siapa yang dapat tu, seriously. Cuma satu je ambil masih curious. Adakah Heizou ni boleh buat crowd control? I mean, adakah animal dia punya skill tu kita boleh suck enemy tu dalam satu place macam Kazuha dan Venti? Siapa yang ada Heizou boleh confirm kan? Adakah anda boleh suck enemy dengan lebih dekat macam Kazuha ataupun Sukos ataupun Venti? Memang Fifi gila leh Fifi. GG. Pada pendapat saya, Heizou sangat baik untuk jadi DPS dan ulti ni sepertinya cosplay character su. Kalau nak tenang bola. Macam anda main Inazuma football. Burst dia je boleh good sikit. I see. So kat control dia tu is lacking sikit lah compared to Sukos, Kazuha and Venti. Of course lah Venti yang paling OP kan. Kazuha punya kat control pun OP juga. Maaf siapa yang ada Kazuha OP. Dua-dua ni OP lah. When it comes to kat control. Adam channel, welcome to the stream. Perasaan macam boleh cuma tak kuat CC dia. I see Hakimi. Kimi dah dapat Heizou berapa? C0 ke? Okay okay kat tu. Adam channel yang saya dapat Kazuha dengan dating je. I see. Wait, susah nak dapatkan Heizou. Serius lah. By the way kejap ambil tunjuk inggih baru lepas orang kata apa ni. Baru lepas ambil loading verify dia. So jom. Kita nak main Kazuha story quest sekali tau. Agak sempat lah. Kod kontor tak ada sangat. Macam okey je lah. I see. So when it comes to kod kontor, sayang lah sayang kalau Heizou. Kalau Heizou kod control, damage pun boleh padu macam Datuk dengan Nas semua buat. Dah tak nampak dah Kazuha tu. Kazuha tu jadi macam I don't need Kazuha, I have Heizou CC kan. You know. But mungkin logik tu MiHoYo tak bagi dia CC padu sangat. Kalau tak, orang tu tak nampak dah Kazuha atau Venti tu verdict kan. Sebab yelah Heizou dah terlampau broken. CC only nak pencet mengumpuli. I see. Salahnya ambil satu benda tak apa lagi ni. Kejap. DPS tak ada CC. Tengoklah Xiao. Betul juga. Xiao mana ada CC Betul. Make sense. Bagi apa stack untuk Kazuha? Kazuha fokus on EM. Sebab dia buff team anda. So bila dia ada EM yang tinggi, dia akan buff attack lah. So anda kena pasal EM dekat Kazuha. Bagi weapon Iron Sting. Artifact bagi dia VV set lah. VV set. Salah. Ni VV set. Bagi dia artifact ni. Siapa yang dah dapat Kazuha, tak tahu dia pakai artifact apa, bagi dia VV set 4 piece. Weapon Iron Sting. Weapon Iron Sting tu ada kat mana, boleh buat forge. Pergi dekat si yang Wagner tu. Weapon dia bentuk dia macam ni guys. Iron Sting. Dia perlukan elemental mastery lah bagi siapa yang ada Kazuha. Kalau anda ada Heizou, mana catalyst? 5 star terbaik dia adalah ini. Saya ada by the way. Sayangnya saya tak ada Heizou. Skyway Atlas dia terbaik. Secondly the weak seed lah. Ada orang pakai Dodo Cocktails. Okay ke untuk Heizou? Tak ambil tak sure. And ni Dodo Cocktails. Yang lain ambil tak sure. Tapi kira one of the good weapon for Heizou lah. Maaf, tak sempat baca komen kejap. Tengok Heizou punya style. Aku nak cosplay dia pula dekat sekolah. Tapi tu lah rambut kena hitam. Itulah tu. Tapi memang style lah Heizou kan. Azim. Nas Ado. Welcome to the street. Thank you Nas singgah. Alright. Saya dah baca tadi. Hai ambil pulka Heizou ke malam ni. Tak go. Tak go. By the way Hana, welcome to the stream. Tak sure lah. Adakah anda akan convince saya untuk mengepul? Kalau anda tengok saya punya, saya mampu untuk mengepul. Tapi saya macam nak simpan. Broker lah, EM for support. Yes. Ada orang buat Kazuha saya boleh support. DPS pun ada Mas saya atas Kazuha, thank you. Sebab awak fan Venti. No wonder saya sadi. Sebab tu anda atas Kazuha. Slipper Sensei, hello, welcome to the stream. Hello, recommended me to this YouTube channel. Thank you. Siapa tu? Siapa yang recommendkan Slipper Sensei to watch my channel? Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Sensei. Heizou Catalyst ya betul Adam. Heizou Catalyst. Heizou boxer bukan Catalyst. Walaupun dia pakai Catalyst, tapi dia pakai tangan tumbuk enemy Dah try ke DPS Kazuha? Nice gila. Boleh solo kat Sperry. Serious lah. Interesting. Kalau solo lah. Kalau DPS Kazuha, fokus on apa tu Oli? Kalau bukan EM. Dapat 50k. Dapat 50k Oh, Phantom. I know that guy. I know that guy. That no Phantom is a really really nice guy. I like him very much. He also have a British accent. Thank you very much, Sleeper Sensor, for stopping by to our channel. Thank you very much. 147. Quick attack. Oh, quick attack je lah. I see. Macam bull DPS lah Of course. Lee dapat tak weapon ni? Freedom Sword. Siapa-siapa yang pull Kazuha ada try snipe weapon ke? Freedom Sword. Okay. Apa ni kita tengok benda. Tadi dah buat dah redeem kat phone punya. Ni ada benda baru guide ni. Untuk orang yang baru nak main Genshin sangat sesuai nice. Kita ada ni tadi Amir dah main sebenarnya. Amir dah test dah. Heizou memang gempak gila. Amir macam nak buat video memang cerita berbaloi ke tak pull Heizou kejap lagi ni. Tapi tak tahu idea dia datang ke tak lagi. Kita ada Kazuha story quest. Plan macam nak main hari ni. Apa ni? Oh, okay. And okay. Dilu. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nanti kita cerita. Interesting. Tak ada apa-apa sangat lah. Setting ada. Interesting guys. Saya start kali patch baru. Memang Ambi akan pergi sini. Sebab Amir nak tunggu bila dia orang nak tambah 120 FPS dekat Genshin PC. Dekat iPhone kau boleh main 120. Tapi kat PC tak boleh. Mengarut kan. And yang dia orang pergi tambah 45. Hari ni baru ada 45 ni. Semalam tak ada. Interesting. So itu je yang dia usik. Yang ni semua sama lagi kot. Yup. Sama. So interesting. MiHoYo tambah 45 FPS bagi siapa yang mungkin PC dia power tapi tak boleh main 60 tapi boleh main 45. Interesting. Selalu anda lepas update Genshin pergilah tengok-tengok kat sini. Memang ada perubahan ni lain ni. Dulu tak ada resource ni. Sekarang dah ada. Interesting. So itu je lah yang dia ubah. Okay, region highlight ni pun tak ada dulu. Menarik. Map sama. Quest ya sama juga. Okay, Kazuha, let's go. Tapi nanti dulu kejap. Oh, okay. Shinkaoni Heizou hang out. Interesting. Siapa yang itu aku dah settlekan rider, so aku boleh tahu main story quest sekarang. So tapi adakah anda nak saya main Kazuha ataupun anda nak main so saya main Ayato ke Kokomi ke Raiden ke? Tak tahu, saya ada satu kunci by the way. Apa pendapat anda? Aduh. Nice one, Miss Peter is not for Ayak. Lee bagi Miss Peter tu Kazuha supaya damage tinggi. I see. Tengoklah video Faces. Nice. Kazuha AM berapa naik? Itu sebab banyak yang Adam boleh dapatkan lah. Saya takut nak berapa band. Rasa tak sedar hati. Sama lah Nas. Ami pun tak usik. Lagi 40 ingat aku dah boleh beli skin dealer bro. Skin dealer lah. Buat ayat tu punya dah. Main hangout Heizou bang. Tak boleh lah. Sebab sekejap. Ami rasa dia lock. Kunci pun tak cukup. Ami kena completekan yang lain dulu. GG. Kazuha boleh. Sebab Ami tak buat banyak lagi tau. So tapi interesting Kazuha boleh kan. So macam mana guys? Siapa-siapa? Tapi Ami tulis kat tajuk Kazuha story quest. So kita main lah Kazuha story quest kan. Kau nak aku main benda lain? Tapi best lah Kazuha story quest. Siapa yang dah main? Apa pendapat korang? Kejap Story Kazuha, let's go. Nas dah main ke Nas? Padu ke Nas? Kejap, bagi ambil orang kata. Sebab Ami nak ni dulu. Nak cerita pasal Heizou. Dan kita Kazuha story quest. Kejap Saya ni, Lely ni sebenarnya tak tahulah anda perasan ke tak. Saya tak pandai sangat bercakap lah. Tak tahu kenapa. Macam berfikir dua kali. Datuk, thank you lah Datuk. RM6. Lain macam super chat malam ni. Oh iyalah. Cantiknya. Cantiknya design yang baru tu. Padu. Thank you Datuk. Semoga Datuk dimudahkan rezeki. Maya jatuh story quest. Kazuha punya aku tak tahu sebab aku skip. I see. Azim skip. Best lah story quest dia. Pasal pedang boleh cakap. Pedang boleh cakap? Patutlah pedang tu bagi curse. Interesting. Ayat tu Azim, tapi ada orang kata ayat tu mengantuk, nak tidur mana? Tak tahulah. I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a wonderful stream. Bye bye. Thank you very much Sleepers Sensei for stopping by talk channel. Thank you very much. It's okay. Thank you. Sebelum Ambil nak main story quest, Ambil bebe dulu kejap Kita nak cerita pasal Heizou. Sebab adalah dah research sikit-sikit, dah tahu dah kot apa nak cerita pasal Heizou ni. Ada tengok kat member pakai, siap showcase lagi. Power gila. So jom let's talk sebab Heizou. Sebab pasti ada juga dalam live ni curious nak pull Heizou ke tak nak. Mungkin korang ada pada jam lebih semua So let's talk about it. So kejap kita in-game dulu macam biasa. Alright, jom. So okay, let's talk about it. What's going on guys? It's me Ambi47. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, kita pun dah sampai ke patch baru yang korang tahu sekarang Kazuha V1 banner. And the good thing about Kazuha banner, korang ada dapat 4-star new character, iaitu Heizou guys. So Heizou ni merupakan animal 4-star character. Animal 4-star character catalyst, tapi dia bukan catalyst yang buku tu. Dia pakai tangan. Which is itu sangat kan, nanti tunjuk gameplay dia. So adakah berbaloi untuk korang snipe Heizou dekat banner Kazuha ni kan. So dipendekkan cerita sebab kita cerita maklumat lanjut tentang kebolehan Heizou ni. Adakah Heizou ni nice ke, function ke tak. Amin nak cerita dulu pasal banner Kazuha ni sendirilah. Kalau anda tak ada Kazuha ataupun anda langsung tak ada crowd control character untuk clearkan abyss dengan betul semua, Amin rasa sangat nice juga untuk korang try snipe Heizou, dalam masa sama korang boleh dapat Kazuha. So ni pendapat Amin sebab dalam banner ni pendapat Amin sangat 4-star character dia sangat unik. Toma pun pendapat Amin jarang ada dalam 4-star banner selalu. So nice untuk korang try pull snipe Heizou, dalam masa sama korang boleh dapat Kazuha bagi yang tak ada Kazuha. Toma pun pendapat Amin seorang character Pyroshi yang sangat nice lah, decent lah. Yang kalau korang dapat nice lah. Ya, seorang lagi dah Tenryou ni Abi pasti ramai dah ada constellation dia semua. So ya, mungkin korang tak heran sangat. Tapi dipindahkan cerita itulah, bagi anda yang nak try dapatkan Heizou, anda tak ada Kazuha, Abi recommend juga untuk korang try snipe. Snipe tu maknanya bukan yang suruh korang buat 70-80%. Just try luck korang. Kalau dapat Heizou nice, tak dapat Heizou dapat Kazuha pun nice. So ya, itu dipindahkan cerita when it comes to banner ni lah kan. Maksudnya sekarang Heizou diperkenalkan di masa banner Kazuha. Selepas ni random lah dapatkan 4-star Heizou ni kan. So ya, itu cerita pasal banner dia. So karakter Heizou ni dia seorang animal catalyst 4-star. Korang boleh dapatkan bila-bila di banner-banner akan datang. Adakah dia berbaloi untuk pull? So tanpa berkuasa, jom kita pergi ke trial. Kita pergi ke trial Heizou. Ami dah try guna dia. Okay, Ami dah try guna dia. And sebelum Ami nak cerita, tunjuk dulu dia punya karakter ni semua kan. Sebab kita nak tunjuk dulu, Ami nak tunjuk something. Ami nak korang tengok apa yang Heizou ni boleh buat kalau anda build dia decent lagi, belum build gila-gila. Anda nampak tak gambar ni? Anda nampak tak damage yang apa Heizou boleh buat? 1-1-2-1-6-2. Gila tau. And kawan ambil yang sebab lagi nice, dia baru je level up talent dia level 2, tak ada full buff, dah 54,000. Nampak tak? Berapa OP Heizou ni. Okay, 4-star character ni. Kita cerita pasal 4-star character. Okay, bukan 5-star character. So itu sedikit Ambil tunjuk yang orang dah build dia dengan betul, dan ada yang build je main-main and dah tengok benchmark showcase dia lah. Memang impressive lah result dia. Memang macam tengok, wow, jarang 4-star character MiHoYo ni macam broken especially yang baru-baru ni. Sebab dia orang lebih kontrol lah apa yang character boleh buat compare tu dulu. Macam Zhangli, Bennett tu semua macam salah satu mistake daripada MiHoYo tau. Tapi Heizou ni macam wow, 4-star yang Ambil rasa gempak lah. And secondly, apa yang banyak pasal Heizou ni, dia salah satu karakter yang first guna catalyst, and dia punya gameplay style sangat-sangat rare. Korang boleh tengok sekarang Tak ada lagi karakter yang boleh buat macam ni. Even 5 star sekali tu. Dia yang pertama boleh buat benda alah gameplay style macam ni. Dah rare dah ni. Dah pelik dah ni. 4 star perangai macam ni. Dah lah padu First kali kalau kau nak buat dari DPS, damage support yang tinggi memang padu. Secondly memang macam cakap tadi, gameplay style dia sangat well and dia menggunakan catalyst. Bestnya catalyst ni kita boleh selalu apply element. Macam tadi Heizou ni dia animal, so dia apply animal setiap dia attack dia. Nice lah. Sebab kalau macam karakter lain kan macam ni kan physical. Nampak tu kuning tu physical. So ni always animal. Nice lah karakter yang always keluarkan element. Macam kalau karakter perempuan catalyst kan dia macam ni kan gameplay dia macam. Mungkin ada orang tak minat. Tapi macam Heizou ni macam gempak Tengok dia punya E ni pun kau boleh charge. Penuh charge dia memang damage tinggi gila. Memang style. So when it comes to gameplay, korang dah nampak. When it comes to design, macam cakap tadi semua, and cara damage dia memang dah decent lah. For the first time memang ambil orang kata mind blown lah dengan apa yang MiHoYo boleh provide. And kalau korang posi dah dapat dia and korang nak build dia, artifact dia menggunakan VV set 4P dah okey untuk dia. Ataupun ada orang combine 2-piece VV dengan 2-piece attack piece gladiator dan sebagainya pun boleh lah. Tapi ramai kata VV 4-piece tu dah okey, dah sesuai untuk dia. And another thing kami nampak yang bestnya pasal Heizou ni, constellation dia juga. Jarang kita nampak 4-star character constellation yang padu tau. Tapi Heizou ni bagi kami decent nice lah. Dia tak teruk, dia pun tak OP tapi dia nice. Especially C6 dia. C6 dia naikkan quick weight sebanyak 4% setiap satu stack yang korang dapat bila korang buka. I not quite sure adakah ini e-skill ataupun burst. Ya, e-skill dia. Setiap kali e-skill dia punya tu yang ada ni. Tak silap ni yang alamak dia charge pula. Yang benda 4 tu. If I'm not mistaken itu stack dia. So dia naik 4% setiap kali ada 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 16% total quick weight. Dan juga dia punya quick damage boleh sampai 32%. Wow. Sangat mind blown lah untuk constellation CC dia. And C5, C3 dia standard. C4 dia ambil ada baca macam dia naikkan elemental energy ya, something like that. Very nice. Untuk energy recharge semua sangat nice. C2 dia dia naikkan duration semua nice juga. C1 dia pun dia naikkan normal attack speed, so laju sikit pop man. Dah macam main wrestling dah pop laju. So nice, constellation ni memang nice lah. Memang puas hati dengan apa yang MiHoYo provide untuk constellation. So talent ni macam cakap tadi, ni korang mesti kena level 33 kot. Sebab 33 ni ada function dia. Sangat macam cakap tadi, ni pun dah apply animal punya element. So sangat nice untuk level 33. Dan dia punya e-skill macam tadi, dia ada stat dia ada damage tinggi dia bila makin tinggi stat dia dan sebagainya lah. Cooldown dia 10%. Okay, nice, not bad. Yang ini energy cost 40. Wow. Energy cost 40 saja untuk burst. Nice. Maksudnya tak perlukan energy recharge yang sangat banyak apa. Nah, yang disebabkan dia animal, dia boleh affect bad elemen lain seperti korang tahulah. Karakter animal lain boleh buat sama. So, overall Heizou padu gila. Untuk 4-star karakter, kami tak nak complain banyak sangat. Memang padu. And kalau korang nak tengok gameplay dia, jom. Kami lupa nak cerita satu lagi. Weapon. Korang boleh pakai the weak seek ataupun satu lagi yang 5 star tu, kami lupa, Skyway Atlas. Kazuha apa boleh ada orang kata. Kami tak sure. Kalau ada Kazuha boleh juga. Dodo Cocktails pun mungkin boleh. And mungkin kami akan post macam gambar kot. Siapa yang tengok live ni balik replay, kami akan post gambar weapon apa yang sesuai untuk Kazuha and T-synergy dia sesuai untuk siapa dan sebagainya lah. Tapi overall pendapat kami, Heizou ni boleh digunakan pada banyak-banyak team sebab dia animal sangat versatile. And dia memang boleh DPS juga sebab damage sangat tinggi. So jom kita try. Kita kasih macam ada elemen sikit so kita boleh swirl. So memang nice lah. Kaki dia tu charge attack dia main kaki sih. Ini macam Inazuma 11 lah. Sepak macam tadi. Disebabkan energy recharge burst dia sangat rendah, so sentiasa penuh. Memanglah gempak lah. Kalau betul ni damage lagi tinggi ni sebenarnya. Tapi dah macam ni pun dah decent lah. Ya. Tapi gameplay wise dia memang shock lah. Tak kena Tapi gameplay wise dia memang shock main pakai catalyst lelaki ni. Memang unik lah. So So kita lagi sikit nak habis. Shock lah, memang shock lah guna dia. Okay lah, dia punya burst tu adalah. Dia punya burst tu adalah sikit crowd control dia. CC iaitu crowd control dia. Macam skill Kazuha sikit, something like that. Kan dia punya ni kan. Boleh lah macam tarik enemy tu. Tapi E dia tak sangat. Dia more like Xiao lah. Xiao DPS campur Kazuha punya CC sikit. Something like that lah. I mean itu yang boleh bayangkan when it comes to Heizou lah. Tapi when it comes to crowd control, dia tak sepadu Kazuha dan Venti lagi. Diorang tu lagi padu when it comes to crowd control lah. So conclusionnya, adakah berbaloi untuk snipe Heizou? Yup. I rasa berbaloi, especially banner Kazuha sekarang. Sebab anda kalau tak dapat Heizou, anda dapat Kazuha. Kalau anda menang 50-50 lah. Kita doa kan. So banner ni sekarang, banner di mana Heizou berada dalam Kazuha ni, sangat sesuai untuk anda try snipe dia. So gula bagi siapa yang nak dapatkan Heizou. And kalau macam cakap tadi, kalau anda tak dapat Kazuha, anda dapat Kazuha pun sangat nice. So korang bolehlah try snipe dua karakter yang Ambil rasa sangat recommend untuk korang ada kalau korang nak clearkan habis. So I think itu pendapat Ambil. Minta maaf sangat kalau pendapat Ambil mungkin tak sama kepada anda. Mungkin Ambil ada salah tinggal ayat ataupun tersalah katakan, minta maaf sangat. So ini pendapat Ambil tentang Heizou. Pendapat Ambil, Heizou sangat function, sangat versatile, boleh guna di mana-mana team, and yup, dia boleh jadi as a DPS lah. So I think that's for the video. Thank you for watching. Love, peace, unity, and I see you later guys. Assalamualaikum. Alright. So itu untuk Heizou. Maaf guys, tak baca komen macam biasa. Bagi Abi terbisyik jap. So settle sudah untuk Heizou Finally you going to bed. Yo, apa Phantom? Which Genshin update kah? Ya, dah update dah Wati. Thank you Wati singgah. Best bang Kazuha. Betul. Kazuha memang OP. Aku nak tahu si member Italia aku lepas abang ambil tag travel dengan menggunakan bahasa Melayu. GG lah anda. Dapat shout siap. Wish. Wih, anda punya damage padu. Nice. Kena share. Tapi Taylor level 2 dah 50,000 Nice. Wow. Sangat OP aku. Hi bang. Hi Is. Welcome to the stream. So, jomlah. Kita Kazuha story quest pula. Maaf yang menunggu-nunggu dalam live ni. Maaf Amir macam biasa selalu sebelum start live tu macam ada content plan nak buat sekali lah. So, jom. Kita Kazuha story quest. Kau nampak ke tak? Alright. Berapa lama ni? Hopefully tak lama lah. Kan? Harap tak lama lah. Alright. You and 5 more travel nearby complain on your journey. Okay. Inazuma. Alright. Benda ni dah beli belum? Saya hari-hari main Pokemon dah guys. Dah beli dah. Pokemon gonna catch them all. Dah lama sebenarnya saya tak main Genshin dalam live ni. Selalu off stream. Itu sebab aku nak speed 1. Ni agak dapat habiskan lah story quest ni. Agak tak panjang sangat lah. Oh, Kazuha buat apa sih kat sini? Anda jangan pelik-pelik Kazuha. Oh, so dalam cerita ni kita dah pergi tempat lain. Tak lama sangat story quest dia. I see. Thank you Nat bagi tahu. Oh, okay. So, baguslah boleh habiskan.
So many things have happened since then.
Oh, interesting Masanya story quest Kazuha ni selepas bila ni? Dia kata dia dah lama tak pergi Inazuma. Sebab kalau aku sekarang dah hari-hari pergi Inazuma ke quest semua. There have been many events.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today?
Wait a moment.
Huh? What's up?
Hai, keluar dah. Mamat dengan pedang pelik ni. Sama sekali. Okay, awan no?
Hey, what the heck was that for?
Okay, bye-bye for you.
Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's
Anda jangan pelik-pelik. Mati dah.
So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kazuha Kazuha?
So, inilah ayat yang dalam trailer tu. Mamat ni yang sebut Okay, apa masalah dia Cik Kazuha?
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision.
Why are you looking for him?
That's none of your business.
Mana boleh member gua ada business lah.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Interesting.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Good face performance. Alright.
Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting. Anyway, there's no time to lose.
Let's go take Kazuha.
Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Oh, Kazuha stay bersama Beidou Squads tu pirate team untuk Beidou punya tu lah. Alright. Abang, dah spin Kazuha ke? Tak, Abi tak apa dia. Abi tahu Kazuha sangat OP tapi I think Abi nak simpan Paimoja untuk Dendo character. Especially Archon Dendo, Kusanali nama Loli Archon dia. Dah confirm Loli ke by the way? Ada orang kata dia akan jadi team. Is that right? Is that correct? I tak tahu lah.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
I see.
If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beidou had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Interesting.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh ya, ini time aku quest, if I'm not mistaken, kan Raiden hampir bunuh Traveler. Kau sampai masih ingat lagi. Tapi kan Kazuha selamatkan dia. Lepas tu dia aktifkan Electro Vision kawan dia kan, kawan baik dia tu. Dan pam, dia dapat block attack Raiden. Ui, OP tu. Scene tu OP gila sebenarnya. So nice.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
You could compare it to the technique video used to set down high.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
The Shogun probably want to show some goodwill. Ya, betul? Ya, ni kot mindset ni.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryou Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Alright. Go to the Tenryou Commission. Susah sih nak sebut. By the way, kejap. Kejap lah Saya Okay. Maaf.
Now that we're here, let's make the most of it.
Alright, okay dah. Saya nak tengok notification handphone by the way. Okay, kita kena pergi. Alright, Tenryou Commission Headquarters. Alright. Ini hari-hari belati. Tidak penat-kah? Ayaya. Okay. Ui, Kazuha. Kazuha is here
Oh, it's you.
Ni yang ketua Kujo sekarang kan? Tak silap aku sebab yang lama tu buat hal. Dia yang pergi masukkan fatui dalam Inazuma semua.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation.
Yep.
We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes. And for that, I'm deeply grateful.
Mamat ni, fun fact siapa yang tak main, bukan tak main, anda lupa mungkin. Dia pernah duel dengan Widen Shogun. Siapa masih ingat? Siapa yang masih ingat Kujo Komaji ni pernah duel, pernah lawan lah dengan Widen Shogun dalam story quest Widen Shogun.
The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Oh nice, dia nak bersihkan balik nama Kaidahara name. Sebab Kazuha ni pada kes kat dulu masa mula-mula ada Vision Hunt.
Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I heard thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the almighty shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class, but there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the almighty shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the almighty shogun and the shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
Bagus, Kujo Kamaji ni. Dia jadi ketua, dia betulkan semua benda. Nice.
With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
Memang clan Kaidahara ni asalnya buat weapon kan? If I'm not mistaken, kan ada yang event quest yang ada gambar-gambar yang Albedo lukis tu. Kat situ kan banyak juga cerita pasal konflik Kazuha, Kaidahara clan dia. Nice, interesting.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the almighty shogun's blessing and full support of the shogunate.
Finally, tak perlu melarikan diri Kazuha.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Dah tak selesa lah duduk sini.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
Oh, dia orang tak percaya Kazuha boleh block attack Muso no Hitotachi tu. Dia tak akan quest scene tu. Tapi yelah, Amir, kalau tanpa Electro Vision yang kawan Kazuha bagi pada dia tu tak on, mungkin Kazuha pun akan mati kena serangan daripada Raiden time aku quest scene tu. Tapi disebabkan semua Ambition Vision menyala kan time quest tu. Sebab kebetulan Raiden nak try attack traveler dekat betul-betul depan statue order, bukan statue order 7, statue yang dia letak banyak vision tu, yang masa Vision Hand Degree tu. So disebabkan itulah Kazuha dan juga Traveler ada orang kata buff gitu. Sebab dia dapat ambil kuasa pada Vision lain. Kazuha tak boleh ambil, tapi Kazuha pegang Vision kawan dia. Bagi yang ingat lah. Interesting story dia.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Gua baru explain, benda tu lah dicerita. Yes. Power Electro itu sebenarnya vision kawan dia lah. Oh, ramai kata Kazuha pakai delusion. GG lah. Rumor mengarut rumor kat Inazuma tu.
What? But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
Paimon dah lupa ke apa yang jadi? Aku sepak Paimon ni. Saya masih ingat lagi.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
Traveler lah pegang 3 lah elemen.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public
Betul
discussion,
juga.
no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way.
Yang tahu-tahu je lah guys.
But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
Mamat yang attack anda.
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Do you have any speaker you miss when you tell me this? No.
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Kimi! I'm back setelah memenuh kapur. Oh, anda makan apa? Thank you Kimi, singgah. Thank you very much. Makan apa Kimi Penuh perut anda Kimi.
Over time, these techniques
Power,
came to
Kimi.
form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat
This
forms.
technique came to from oh, okay. Dia orang punya design weapon ada Kaedahara punya signature lah. Interesting.
Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
Aku makan sengkut je. Haha, serius tak? Kau Nas. Makan nasi plus makan hati. Tiba. Abang jangan balik-balik. Abang Hakimi makan hati. Itu saya Kimi. Ya aduh.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Patutnya baik kita bantai je. You know kalau kita dah bantai Mamat tu for the first play, tak ada dah Kazuha story quest. Easy. Lepas tu pedang tu kita tu bagi dekat Kazuha pedang apa ni. Okay, Kazuha check. Okay, dah habis. Kenapa cerita ni perlu jadi lagi panjang daripada ni? Tak perlu lupakan.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury. Or worse.
Ya, sebab tu aku cakap bantai dah awal.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Ini macam cerita MCU Marvel lah. Benda pendek-pendek kasih panjang.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Nice.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Tak buat lagi stream kau ni. Rasa macam kena buat off stream. I see. Maksudnya apa tu? Kimi akan main off stream nanti lah. Okay. Kalau tak, Kimi pernah nak buat live ke?
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Mamat lelaki aggressor tu Sorry, saya spoil anda punya ni.
Agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Detective Agency?
Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Kat sini kita jumpa Heizou. Interesting. By the way, maaf siapa yang boleh main Kazuha Story Quest lagi, takut saya terspoiler anda ke? GG lah.
Please, be careful.
Alright, thank you Kumaji. You doing good to our clan. Thank you. Jom kita jumpa Heizou guys. Aku macam tak dengar lagi cara dia bercakap macam mana. Cool lah Mamat Heizou ni. Dia macam gitu-gitu saja. Macam si Kuki Shinobu kan, bila kita tengok VA dia English lah, ambil banyak tengok English. VA dia diesel lah. So adakah Heizou ni dia macam diesel atau dia wow? So kita dengar kejap lagi. Confirm punya si ada dia ni. By the way, teleport je lah. Kenapa kita nak berjalan Kita teleport guys. Apa tu? Kalau buat masih sudah bawa habis nanti. Sampai subuh GG lah kalau Kimi buat live main game tu. Kimi popular banyak ni nanti semua orang review account. Anda review account sampai subuh lah, jangan bawa habis. Kalau semua siap okey lagi, Gisha tak siap. Itu lagi problem tu Kimi. Bagi saya JPV tu Heizou sosok aja. Oh JP dia sosok Okay. Azim, say hi to chat. Boleh bagi Kimi masuk aku tak? Kimi, someone call you. Aduh, GG lah. Mana pedang? Ni. Macam mana ni Kimi? Anda aduh. Ada orang minta mengadu lah dalam live ni. GG lah anda Kimi. Bukan review, itu memang flexing. Iyalah diorang ni minta flex account diorang je. Betul lah tu. Kimi disuruh, itulah tu. GG lah Kimi. Say to Kimi help me to fight in domain. He already waiting. Dah. Pisah anda. GG apa ni? Jadi orang tengah lah chat tanya pasal bila bukan aku. Oh. Azim. Kimi biji. Bici lah. Dia tak on Genshin. Tak dapat tolong. Cori. Okay. Habis. Aduh. Kimi busy, jangan kacau dia. Alright. Mana Heizou? Aku boleh datang mencari. Tak nampak dia. Siuk tu.
Hey there, we'd like to ask you a quick
Heizou,
question.
please muncul.
Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you
Oh,
today.
Kazuha popular
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Nak focus square je sekarang cari Paimo. I see. Itulah tu. Kimi sama kita. Aku pun speedrun Genshin. Aku pun jarang dah nak join world orang. Sama lah, minta maaf kalau habis tak dapat teman orang lain kadang-kadang. Sebab ini pun banyak dengan catch up balik ni. Malangnya tak ada Heizou dalam story Kazuha. Lah, Nas! Oh, iya ke? Oh, tapi Ami ingat kan macam mesti akan ada tau. Sebab dia dah sebut detective agency semua. Oh, kita takkan jumpa dia Shit lah. Kenapa Miyoyo tak buat Patutnya dia boleh buat tau. Kazuha ni 47 versi Inazuma. Apa tu? Kazuha ambil 47 versi Inazuma? Oh, okay. Kau. Spoil Nas. Tak ada. At least aku tahu daripada aku me-fail hook di sini. GG kalau kena fail hook.
Oh, you were targeted in an assault?
Alah tak payah dialog-dialog
Let
ni
me
semua.
think.
Malah nak baca.
I can't seem to recall anything of immediate
Tak ada
interest.
Heizou, tak syok.
Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for it. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been
Alah,
receiving many
detective
inquiries from
agency,
people
Heizou tak
wishing
ada.
to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they
Serious
want.
ah?
If these were more legitimate commissions,
Sanggo.
Sango would have snapped.
Millions of more?
Terperanjat dah Paimon.
Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
GG lah anda. Paimon ni kalau murah dia banyak, dia nak beli apa? Beli makanan lah. Apa lagi?
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Dia privacy dia. Paimon yang lebih.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, but I wouldn't know where to begin.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any the Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But if anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault. In which case
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Is this your way give me point? Sebab Gaza kata lawan yang travel susah.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted.
Itu lah. Sayu pun cuba nak assassinate kita time hangout quest dia itu. Interesting. Kau pergi Inazuma ni banyak orang cuba nak attack traveller. What the hell tu? Sekejap, tadi saya terlepas apa-apa ke? Ambil depo ke tadi? Tak ada Kimi. Tak ada depo apa-apa. I see. Mau menyimpan primer ke tu? Kusenali, you know? Dendo Akon, Kimi. Ambil memang akan put dendo karakter. So kalau ambil try snipe Kazuha ni, ambil takut primer jam habis. So tak mampu untuk dapatkan Akon nanti. Walaupun ambil tahu banyak lagi masa untuk ambil kompo balik primer. Tapi ambil pun nak simpan primer ni untuk, you know, I want C6 ayaya. So somehow Ambil kena simpan projek ni banyak sikit lah. Wish fan loli, haha. Tak, saya bukan fan loli. Anda jangan salah faham. FBI. Tak. Kita perlukan Dendo character, okay? At least one. And mungkin Alcon Dendo yang the best lah compared to another Dendo character lain. Koli okay gak kot, tapi dia bow and habis pasti mesti dia punya ability tak power sangat. So mesti yang paling power Dendo Alcon when it comes to element Dendo tu sendiri. So kita nak yang 1 OP. So nak tak nak macam kena dapatkan dia je kot kalau Dendo ni. So saya menyimpan primer lah di situ. And untuk sisis ayaya, aku pun simpan primer lepas ambil banner phase 1 2.8. I see. Phase 2 nanti apa Yoimiya. Kesian doh Yoimiya. Yoimiya adalah salah satunya karakter. Kau tahu bila aku nak habiskan ayat ni. Yoimiya ni adalah salah satunya karakter, bila dia keluar je time tu orang dah hype karakter lain. Of course first adalah 2.0 Ayaka. Time tu memang ramai nak Ayaka kan. So lepas dia dah pull Ayaka, dia dah habis primer, dia tak dapat pull Yoimiya. Sekarang ni ramai memang menanti ke Kazuha. And Kazuha keluar, Kli pun ramai juga yang minat Kli, Loli Kli kan, kalau yang minat Kli daripada dulu. So orang akan pull Kazuha dengan Kli dulu, then dah habis primer jam, lepas tu macam nak pull Yoimiya pula. Kesian Yoimiya selalu dipertengahkan oleh MiHoYo, jadi anak belakang dia. Kesian gila Yoimiya. Apalah nasib dia. cute budak Kusanali tu. Kita tinggal je Kazuha. Aki tak ada, aku bukan sebab cute. Dendo. Sumpah aku pull Kusanali sebab Dendo. Aku tak minat loli. Kau ingat tak Kimi aku pernah cakap aku tak suka loli langsung. Kalau aku tak nak gunakan loli as a fight character, but nak tak nak aku dapatkan je lah. Tapi ada orang kata dia akan jadi teen. Betul ke Kimi? Yang rumor kata dia orang nak ubah dia daripada loli ke teen character. Sial waifu Kimi. Yoimiya disingkirkan. Itu lah tu. Kesian Yoimiya. Habis kopi tak disingkirkan dia, don't worry. Apa ni? Pick up line lah Kimi. Power lah Kimi ni. Please jangan ubah. Tapi tak tahu dia ubah ke tak kan? Itu lah, aku tak sure lah. Mari kita sama balik cerita
It
ni.
would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
Oh iyalah betul.
For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against me.
Almighty Shogun.
Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
Aku nak snipe Kusanali sebab tak ada karakter akun lagi. Nas. Anda tak ada Venti, okay. Anda tak ada Zhongli. Ya betul, aku pernah tengok itu. Nas tak ada Zhongli. Anda tak ada Raiden. Anda rasa tak ada akun. Holy shit Nas. Tapi Nas, kau punya AB boleh clear semua floor Tak serius. Kau boleh clear full star Abyss full 12 tanpa semua karakter tu. Wow. Anda ada Yai. Ya saya ingat anda ada Yai. Aku semua banner pun sama ada dapat ke tak je. Kau Kimi memang semua dia try. Baik kau kumpul geng-geng Fatui dan Tinas. Geng-geng Fatui to be honest kalau ambil kan Fatui semua ambil tak kumpul. Aku tak tahu, aku tak minat semua. Kecuali yang macam Eula Dark version tu. Eula Dark mode tu maybe lah. Tengok jugalah apa yang dia boleh buat. Yang lain semua tak berminat si. Sebab tukar joki. Sebab tukang joki pun. Patutlah Nas begitu setia pada Next Gaming. Taklah ambil gurau je saja je. Sebab joki. Tapi memang Amir respect Next Gaming kalau anda watching live ni. Aku respect Next Gaming sebab Amir tahu dia memang pandai bab Abyss, bab team, about how kita nak attack enemy semua, tricks. Mungkin ada tricks dia juga sebenarnya kalau yang betul-betul faham Abyss ni macam nak main kan. Next Gaming memang power gila lah. Biasa dia je yang joki kat Malaysia paling pandai kot. Officially yang buat benda macam ni kat Malaysia. So kira underrated lah dengan apa yang Next boleh provide dengan apa channel dia ada sekarang. Next Gaming, I am proud of you bro. Aku boleh warna lagi naik lah channel kau. Balance tu, duit lain masuk kita top up. Lepas ni buat joki. Tak Kimi, Ami tak boleh buat joki. Impossible. Masa Ami nak clearkan Abyss ni pun Ami tak pandai sangat. Orang yang boleh buat joki ni orang yang betul-betul tahu macam mana Abyss ni work, macam mana enemy tu punya kelemahan, macam mana setiap team line up tu yang sesuai untuk apa nak dilawan dan sebagainya. Banyak gila detail. Aku tak senert dia. Aku tak senert dia lagi untuk pandai tu. Kalau teknologi boleh lah anda tanya saya mungkin nerd sikit lah bab teknologi, how system work semua tu. Tapi kalau Genshin aku tak senert tu lagi. Aku tak sepandai Next lagi. Kat situ memang aku respect Next Gaming official. Dia memang power gila lah. Aku ada satu dah tentang clear. Nas ada child. Nanti patut lah aku nak pull gak. Aku anti child. GG lagi ni. Child cool. Betul Nas. Child cool lah. Aku tengok yang last trailer tu dia pakai outfit Shasnaya tu cakap puas lah nak si child. Joki review tag. GG. Saya tak boleh bang. Joki review tag boleh lah. Combine budak Joki Next dengan aku tag. GG lah.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you.
Alright.
Actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though.
Hmm.
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time.
Alright.
One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya,
Amenoma?
is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma Kaguchi adalah Amenoma clan yang ada orang nama dia Amenoma. Hari ni pun kita tahu. Serius lah. Mau tenggelam sebentar nanti saya timbul balik. Okay Kimi. Alright Kimi, thank you singgah. Amenoma
Manoma. Now there's a familiar
Yeah, Amenoma Kaguchi by one.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details.
Interesting.
I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Ya, Yuya tu bukan ke buka restoran kat Inazuma ke aku silap? Itu yang kita pernah bercakap dengan dia time story quest Ayaka tu Bukan, biasa bukan Yuya tu ke?
Understood.
Kita tengok.
Though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Let's go see this paper for Ryuji.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smith.
Sounds good. All the best with...
Kejap, yang si Kimi cakap tu kan. Jom Kimi, Ami tahu kat mana yang Kimi masukkan tu. Ni kan? Bukan. Ini buku, maaf. Kedai makan tu kat sini. Ni. Ini Kimi Nami Ana. Bukannya Yuya. Ke Kimi mention restoran lain? Kan yang ni Kimi Nami Ana. S. Amenoma Togo. Oh lah. Amenoma pakcik ni. Baru kita tahu. Bukannya ni. Habis tu kat mana Yuya? Sanggo tu. Okay. Jom kita cari di manakah Yuya yang Kim beritahu kat Inazuma tu. Ni ke? Ni oi. Kat sini ada banyak kedai makan ke? Kalau Kimi betul, Kimi power lah. Ni Yukio. Ada ke? Ada, kita boleh masuk restoran tu. Oh, okay. Abi tahu yang restoran tu. Tak, tapi Kimi power lah ingat. Yang ni Ogura Mio ni. Kalau kau siapa yang pernah bercakap dengan dia ni? Baca dialog dia. Is Miss Kami satu fan? Ayaka lah. Long time no see, please coming. Okay, yang kau main story ke Ayaka itu. Alright. I rarely see Miss Kami satu so casual and happy. Oh, you two must be truly close friends. Oh, that's why I really like Ayaya. It's really like, you understand go. See how you close to Miss Kami satu. Gila lah, tak payah. Kau tengok lah buat dengan PC pun lain macam. Alright, so yeah. GG lah anda. GG lah Ayaka. Anda sangat-sangat gila kan traveller. Tapi kalau saya traveller ni, saya dah lama dah kahwin dengan anda Ayaka. Aduh. GG. GG kan. Tak, mana si Yuya tu? Aku tak nampak pun. Aku jalan je kat Inazuma hari. Tak ada lah. Anda jangan pelik-pelik. Saya menghafal tau NPC ni. Enggak ada. Oh, ni Yuyu bukan Yuya. Iyo, anda silap. Ini siapa pula Oh, Ogura Mio. Oh, ni aku tak boleh cakap dengan dia lagi Bukan tak boleh. Nanti kalau lepas habis aku boleh beli barang kat sini kan. Tapi dia jual apa Benda-benda mengarut Yang secret Sakura tu lagi best kan. So, jomlah kita ke sana balik. Tu Yuyu lah. Kan bawa sayu kan. Jom sama balik Emonoma ni. Tak, baru aku tahu pakcik tu punya pembuat Emonoma Kaguchi. Interesting. Ni Emonoma Togo. Yang ni anak dia nanti kan. Waris kot. Interesting.
Ah, if it isn't Kazuha Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Laju je pergi cari lah salah orang. Kalau sampai situ dia tu ada Iriela mau terbang periuk kat rumah aku. GG lah Kiwi. Aduh.
You two know each other?
Of course.
Yes. The Kaedahara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden.
Gokaden.
Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans.
Dua-dua buat senjata kan, dipendekkan cerita. So, tak terperanjat lah.
After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori
Festival yang itu kita main time event.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
Saya tahu Kiwi. Saya tahu anda cuba menghiburkan saya. Thank you very much Kiwi. Livestream ni hari ni sebenarnya agak sunyi. Kita ada Kimi dengan Nas je menemani Ambi. Thank you. Itulah Ambi pun tak tahulah nak cakap apa dah. Sebab entahlah. Aku pun tak tahu livestream aku ni. Sejak ada viewer. Sejak tak ada. Sejak ada orang komen. Sejak tak ada. Entahlah. Ambi pun tak tahu nak cakap apa dah.
As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone
Ulah,
to
semua
sand.
komen. Zik, weh, hadir lambat bang. Thank you singgah Zik, weh. Tak apa, it's okay. Biar lambat, asal selamat. Waalaikumsalam, Amin Gaming Angel. Welcome to the stream, Amin Gaming. Seorang streamer, shout out to Amin Gaming. Si Wan Kazuha balik waktu Singapura. Wow, serious lah Zik, weh. Congratulations. Tanya. Si Wan padu tu. Lagi kalau situ lagi padu. Ambil lagi story quest ke? Yes. Ini Kazuha story quest Ambil main sekarang. Yang lain fokus tengok story tu. Betul lah tu Nas. Kita bersangka baik. Kan tuan-tuan. Itulah Kimi dia jangan disebut Kimi. Bila disebut terus hadir. Alhamdulillah Aduh, tadi sunyi guys tu ni by the way. Thank you Ambil Gaming dengan Zik. Sehingga kasih meriah sikit situ ni kalau apa nak komen ke.
There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out. Until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of
macam
the
tu
bladesmith's
nak
life.
buat senjata Kena hari-hari buat nanti power lah dia kata. Si dua Kazuha macam si Diona. Ya betul kak tu. Memang padu lah si dua Kazuha. Memang OP lah. Dia punya naikkan damage kan. Tak silap memang custom elemental mastery dia. And ya Kazuha sebenarnya si Zero dah OP. Tambah lagi situ tak tahu cakap apa. Diano Itulah Diano.
As for the art of the Kaedahara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
Ishin art. Okay.
That's right. Ishin art
Ishin
strives for
art.
complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For
Okay.
only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
So, Ishin Blade ni adalah blade yang kita akan dapat nanti ke? Sebab itu pedang tu yang akan cakap. Maknanya pedang tu boleh bercakap. Wow, Genshin Impact is getting more weird and weird. Pedang boleh bercakap pula dah. GG lah guys. Nasib YouTube kalau TikTok ni memang orang tak akan tahu dah kita tengok live, tengah live sebab TikTok tak akan recommend live yang sunyi. Dosh. Serius lah Hakimi. GG lah. Sebab tu lah anda sangat power Hakimi TV. Sebab live anda selalunya gempak. Hakimi TV ni seorang streamer di TikTok. Shout out to Hakimi TV. By the way Kimi, bila kita cerita pasal TikTok Kimi, TikTok anda masih okey lagi ke? Kalau ikutkan patutnya dia orang dah kena buat kenyataan. TikTok harus di block atau tidak. Interesting, TikTok masih boleh guna lagi. Ambil tak download lagi pun sejak itu. Abang beli tak skin dulu? Is, welcome back, welcome back. To be honest is, Ambi nak beli skin Diluc sebab skin Diluc sangat-sangat OP. Cuma Ambi tak ada Diluc. Itu yang sayang sikit tu. Aduh. Tapi skin ni memang best. Skin ni memang lawa. Diluc ni salah satunya first 5-star skin bagi siapa yang tak tahu. 5-star skin. Nanti Ambi cerita, nanti Ambi tunjuk balik.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaidahara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
I see. Interesting. Nanti kita cerita pasal skin Diluc. By the way, thank you Is. Bagi tahu. Gempak apa? Komen tak ada sangat ha? Ya ke bang? Abang power Kimi. Skin Diluc next level tu. Plan lain dari 5-star lain. Ya betul-betul. Habis nanti nak cerita pasal Diluc nanti kejap
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
Kazuha Kazuha merendah diri. Selesai dah unboxing mic baru Ambi. Wow, Amin game dapat beli mic baru. Nice.
But
Nice.
let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may...
Ah, yes. My nephew. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him.
Sebab dia pegang
I'm
pedang
still
tu.
completely at a loss
So orang tu
on
berubah
what to make
terus.
of it. But I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile.
Alright.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that
Yuya.
Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Kalau beli tapi dia tak balik-balik sampai saya tunjuk je. Gua ni nak mampus. GG lah anda. Kalau anda beli skin Diluc. Lepas tu anda mengharap Diluc akan sampai. Tapi dah sampai share Senaya, still tak sampai-sampai. Saya tak tahu nak cakap betapa sedihnya hidup anda. Kalau gitu redo je lah. Memang redo sangat lah geng. Itu dah bukan redo tu, dah boleh potong leher sendiri lah tu. Tak apa sakitnya menunggu. Anda bayarkan satu region setahun anda semua So anda semua bayarkan untuk sampai ke Senaya tu lagi berapa tahun. Still tak ada Diluc. Oh my god.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse.
A fire?
And yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Wish dekat sana banner lah cuci menanti. Itulah tu Z. Masalahnya semua 50-50 kan. So mungkin dapat cici, mungkin dapat kecil, mungkin dapat jin. Anda dibuang Diluc, bukan anda membuang Diluc. Aduh, anda dibuang Diluc macam.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must
Rare
have been
weapon.
some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, he's never been particularly interested in blade forging. But as always, he is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the
So
sword.
Mawar yang kita lawan mula-mula tadi tu nephew kepada Pakcik Amenoma Togo ni lah. Bang, ada Diluc? Tak ada Fizati tua. By the way, welcome to the stream Fizati tua. Tak ada, kami tak ada
Truth be
Diluc.
told, we have some
Tapi nak Diluc.
information that you may find
Saya
to
nak
be
Diluc.
objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked based on the evidence we have gathered so far.
What? No. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done. Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that you... But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear with neither farewell nor fair warning.
Pedang tu kawan dia lah. Diluc kena invest lain macam baru dia kuat sikit. Domain Crystal Wish curse dia lain macam. Oh, serius lah. Oh, Domain Crystal Wish tak berapa susah untuk Diluc Yang Crimson Wish of Flame tu kan, yang 4 piece set tu kan.
I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if
Interesting.
coerced or otherwise. Anyway,
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need to get info with Gato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two met. Let's pay a visit to...
Alright. Alright, so bagi siapa yang baru lepas update patch yang baru ni, kalau anda yang tengah buka shop sekarang, anda akan tahu skin Diluc dah keluar kan. Okay, ramai yang tak perasan bang, kenapa skin Diluc ni mahal bang? Kenapa harga dia tak sama macam skin-skin lain? Yang lain semua 1680 kan, selepas tak ada diskaun. Macam Diluc ni selepas dah habis diskaun harga dia 2480. So kenapa skin Diluc ni mahal sangat bang? Kayak tu kau OP mana apa bang? Masa tak warna dia? Kalau nampak warna dia kuning, karakter lain semua warna pink. Ya betul, contoh macam Jin dan Kecil, dia adalah 5 star karakter. Tapi skin dia warna purple. Tapi somehow kenapa belakang karakter Diluc ni warna emas? So kita panggil ni adalah skin rarity untuk sesebuah karakter tersebut. Tak kisahlah karakter tu 5 star ataupun 4 star. Kalau rarity dia warna purple, maksudnya skin dia adalah skin 4 star macam Kecil ni. So ni skin 4 star. So macam nak tahu apa beza skin 4 star dengan skin 5 star ni? Skin 4 star dengan skin 5 star, animation tetap sama macam ni. Nampak? Animation dua-duanya adalah sama. Yang kedua, dia tak ada orang kata dialog yang berbeza. Ataupun orang kata special effect dan sebagainya lah. So itu ini beza skin purple iaitu skin 4 star. Manakala Diluc, dia ada different animation, different dialog dan juga skin dia sangat lawa. Lebih lain lah, nampak rare sikit compare to yang original skin. Itu animation dia. Kalau nampak special effect, special animation. Kalau anda pakai original Diluc, anda tak akan dapat special effect tu, nampak. Eagle ni datang tapi cara dia lain kan. So itu perbezaan skin 4 star dan 5 star. So disebabkan itulah skin 5 star ni dia lebih mahal sikit sebab dia ada different animation. And kalau anda perasan dia punya detail pun lebih lain. Contoh macam ni kan ada vision dekat Diluc ni. Tapi diorang buat nampak lebih unik. Tak ada vision dekat Diluc 5 star ni. Tak, kalau ikutkan sebenarnya karakter lain akan ada vision. Tapi ini yang membuktikan kami buat 5 star Diluc ni sebab Diluc punya design sangat rare. Ada benda yang lain sikit compare to skin-skin lain yang sebelum ni kita release. Sebab dia sangat different lah. Kalau anda tengok macam Kecil kan 4 star dengan 5 star lebih kurang. Colour dia pun macam lebih kurang. And nampak tak banyak sangat perubahan. Macam Jin pun, walaupun Jin nampak lain sikit compare to original, tapi kalau nampak pun dia macam tak banyak perubahan pun sangat. So itulah perbezaan skin 4 star dan juga 5 star. So disebabkan itulah kenapa skin dulu sebenarnya agak mahal sedikit. Sebab dia memang banyak sikit lah dia ubah. Dia macam nak kata remake tak adalah, memang macam rework lah. Dia macam kerja dia banyak sikit dia buat untuk skin ni. Lepas tu skin ni dia mahal. Dia cakap mahal sebab cara dia buat ni pun mahal dan susah. Macam ni dia buat simple-simple je. So macam itulah aku dapat menjelaskan kenapa skin Diluc ni nampak mahal dan nampak lain macam compared to skin lain. And mesti ada orang akan tanya, bang adakah skin akan datang akan ada macam ni? Yup, exactly. Mungkin skin Ayaka macam ni. Ataupun mungkin macam ni, tak tahu. Kita tahu dia nak akan make yang purple atau emas. Tapi rasa next time mungkin skin karakter 5 star akan warna emas and karakter 4 star akan purple. Itu ambil rasa lah. Biasa diorang memang ini idea baru diorang lah MiHoYo. So yang expect lepas ni memang akan ada warna emas kat belakang untuk skin 5 star karakter akan datang. So itu je lah. Kalau korang beli sekarang ada diskaun 20% lah. Itu yang berbaloi lah. So dapat menjawab persoalan bagi siapa yang curious apa yang berlaku pasal skin ni. Kenapa harga lebih mahal dan sebagainya lah. Maaf nak baca komen guys. Sorry pulau komen kejap tadi. Tadi tu untuk konten pendek saja. Crimson paling scan domain tu. Itu lah tu. So yang buat try skin boleh test. Kimi. Tu lah tu betul tak? Dengan cerita memang dia orang nak buat. Masuk event skin Diluc nanti. Ada kita boleh try skin tu. Serius lah dengan cerita lah. Wah nice. Nice gila. Kalau boleh gacha skin kan best. Aku rasa itu skin 6 star nanti. Nice. Kau lah kalau boleh gacha. Halo Azim, welcome back. Skin Diluc gempak gila. Tu lah tu Kimi. Sama macam Honkai lah. In fact pakai. Fizati tu lah betul? Kan? Macam Honkai. Memang company game sama. Ada skin tambah damage. Mampus. Itu dah macam pay to win tu. Kimi. Itu dah macam anda main game mobile, Call of Duty mobile. Kita mahal gacai dapat kostum Shesnaya dalam trailer Fatu itu. Uish. Azil, Ami tak terperanjat kalau ada. Confirm. Cai akan ada skill yang membawa ke tema Shesnaya dia tu. Nantilah aku, mestilah aku kena. Betul-betul. Skin False Legacy. Kau. Dia buka delusion dia punya skin. 6 star Itu lah tu. Kalau False Legacy tu memang skin 6 star lah. Orang kata macam mana nak sebut klien Archon tu Vista tak disebut lah. Orang kata nanti 10 star lepas tu 5 star way up. Bukan Hoyo kata kau. Macam anda Kimi. Cai skin 6 star nanti. GG lah anda semua. Kalau 6 star macam mana nanti diorang buat. Aku rasa gacha apa lagi confirm. Kalau betul-betul diorang nak buat skin 6 star, aku tak rasa kita boleh beli kat 2 ni. Dia mesti letak dalam ni punya. Dia akan buat macam ni. Akan ada satu lagi kategori baru khas untuk skin 6 star saja. Mampus. Mengarut lah jawabnya. Tapi of course kalau MiHoYo buat macam tu, banyak duit dia boleh dapat lah. Yang betul-betul whaler mesti sanggup kan dapatkan skin 6 star dekat Wish. So jom kita sambung balik. Imagine skin baru Cai tembak whale. What the hell? Lain macam tu Zil. Sarista, cara sebut dia Sarista kot. Oh iya ke? Sarista. Menangis PT skip. Itulah pasal. Skip pun kena main pool bang. GG lah hidup kita. Berries. I want more berries. And it's summer evening. Alright. Nagato Shashiko.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Tak cakap apa-apa lagi dah minta maaf. Jangan begitu. Datuk, welcome back. Datuk dari tadi ada ke? Saya guarantee skin Archon kena gacha macam Honkai. Itulah tu. Kalau ada 6 star memang private server jalan je. GG lah Is Nasib aku tak gacha lagi sebab Paimon tak top up lagi. I see. It's okay Amir. Weapon banner pun dah cukup scam. Dah ni tak ada gacha skin sakit. Oh itu lah tu. Kalau skin gacha mungkin lebih ringan sikit kot. Mungkin PT dia 60 dah guarantee. Maybe lah. Kita orang panggil piramid gacha. I baru masuk balik. I see. Oh, okay. Thank you Datuk datang balik. Datuk dah main ke Kazuha Story Quest?
My husband has gone missing and I'm still trying to find him.
So suami kepada Nagato ke yang kita lawan belum tu?
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to...
I see. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. With this in mind, can we...
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
Apa tu? Why a collector would be... Oh, okay.
That's a long story. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring. I'm happy he has a hobby and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
No wonder panggil weapon ni curse.
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and...
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the... You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't... After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally... His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
You did the right thing.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply... The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Tapi siapa yang serang kita mula-mula tadi? Still tak tahu lagi.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse.
At first, I assumed they must have... But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so...
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him. We're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know...
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Gak dulu Abang ambil, nak pergi ngopi. Okay, thank you Nas. Singgah, thank you very much.
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
Saya punya mulut kering Oh, kita lagi setengah jam ah. Sempat ke tak ni?
This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely...
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured, we'll notify...
Thank you so...
Kita akan speedkan sikit sebab harap tak sempat habiskan.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paima was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
GG lah anda, Paimon.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission... But it's a far-fetched theory. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Dengan cerita pedang yang kita dapat nanti tak boleh refine, betul ke bang? Serius lah, Ziril, tak tahu. We're gonna find out soon. We're gonna find out soon enough. Oh, kita tak boleh refine unwind je lah maksudnya.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Alright. Oh, tapi serius lah, weapon tu tak boleh refine. GG lah. Kenapa saya salah tekan tadi? Oh, dapat window tu close. Alright, jom. Corporation kata awan pada tu lebih kuat daripada R5 The Flute. Serius lah. Okay. Interesting. Lagi hebat daripada The Flute.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear.
Siup Paimon. Macam menganjing bunyi dia. Minta di island ada wifi macam buat event lepas. Ha, itu lah tu. Sepatutnya mesti ada refinement kan. Tapi tak apa, kita tengok nanti betul tak dia tak boleh refine.
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament. So...
Oh, betul-betul. Diingat lagi kan Paimon yang masa kita nak kejar pencuri vision kat Beto tournament. I know we can count on you.
Now I'm picking up a strong
But there's nothing here.
Macam Kazuha ni. Macam ada ability macam Archon Animal pula.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tatarigami?
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of we should remain vigilant.
Alright.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below.
Confirm.
The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue, judging from the concentration,
Kita akan masuk bawah tu
I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for...
Mrs. Nagato said her husband...
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami. From what I've been told, but most will develop a stubborn streak. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Kazuha ni unik sebab dia pernah aktifkan vision elektro kawan dia masa selamatkan traveler daripada Widen dulu. Betul tu Z-Wheel, betul? Tak tahulah benda tu delusion ke apa. Tak. Bukan delusion Z-Wheel. Memang betul elektro vision tu diaktifkan. Bukan diaktifkan oleh Kazuha. To be technically lah. Perasan tak? Di saat kita lawan dengan Widen, sebelah kita tu adalah statue yang besar yang Widen letak semua vision-vision yang dia dah tangkap daripada karakter lain. So apa yang jadi adalah di saat kita nak lawan Widen, kita ada ambition di mana kita nak buang vision Handigui tu dekat Inazuma kan. So itu semua ambition lain yang ada juga di saat kita nak kalahkan Widen. So apa yang jadi adalah vision elektro kawan kepada Kazuha tu dia diaktifkan secara tiba-tiba sebab ambition tu datang. And Kazuha terus dalam masa sama dia terus attack Widen sebab Traveler hampir mati sebab dia time tu Widen dah buka dia punya Munosoma Takuchi tu. So time tu Kazuha dia guna kuasa Electro Vision daripada kawan dia tu. Tapi memang interesting yang semua vision menyala tu yes. So technically kalau ikut betul Kazuha tak ada guna delusion apa-apa. Memang vision semua aktif time kita lawan dengan Raiden tu. Sebab semua ada ambition nak hilangkan vision Handigui. And dalam masa sama sebab tu kita dapat kalahkan Raiden time kita lawan dengan dia kali kedua. Sebab kita pinjamkan kuasa vision tu orang lain untuk kita lawan Raiden tu. Kau pernah tak tengok Dragon Ball? Kan ada satu episod tu yang dia kena keluarkan, dia nak buat spirit bomb. Tapi dia perlukan semua energi daripada orang lain untuk bagi spirit dia pada Goku. Supaya Goku boleh buat spirit bomb yang besar supaya dia dapat bunuh Majibu Kibo, aku tak ingat cerita dia lama dia. So benda yang sama lah, something like that lah. Jadi masa kita lawan Raiden Shogun dalam Arc Quest tu, nampak logik tak kat situ? Memang logik dia macam tu apa. Memang itu yang nak disampaikan oleh cerita tu. So kita dapat kalahkan Raiden disebabkan vision-vision yang dia orang kumpul kat tepi tu. And dia juga Mosu Hitachi. Ya, aku tak sebut dah, tak betul dah. Ya, itu kuasa hebat Raiden Shogun by the way, bagi siapa yang tak tahu. Memang kuasa tu kalau dia aktif je, one hit mati. So Traveler hampir mati sebenarnya dekat sini tu. Tapi Kazuha selamatkan. Kazuha gempak lah sebab dia dapat selamatkan member dia. Menarik ingat kuatan double semata-mata. And even dia pakai double, vision lain tolong dia terus menang. GG lah. But fun fact, Traveler kalau bandingkan to law, Amir boleh cakap dia adalah top 10 the most powerful character in Genshin Impact. Dia dapat bantai Seniora seorang diri, dapat bantai Child juga. So diorang ni ada delusion Fatui Harbinger ni. Tapi Traveler tak ada. Traveler hanya guna elemen yang dia absorb dekat Statue of the Seven saja. But still dia dapat bantai. So of course lah, Traveler ni dia pun memang ada kuasa yang hebat sebenarnya. Kalau anda yang mula-mula main kan, kita lawan The Heavenly Principle lah. Dia memang ada kuasa dia sendiri. So in technically, Traveler is the top 10 most powerful character in Genshin Impact lore lah. And kepala Senior apa hilang lah. Yes, walaupun dia pakai double, Traveler is the top 10 most powerful character. And Abi tak tahu apa akan jadi lawan Fatui yang akan datang. Tapi Fatui yang Traveler akan datang yang akan lawan ni memang lagi power lah compared to Lance Seniora dengan Child. Kan, yang kita tengok yang dekat trailer tu. So tak sabar lah nak tengok how Traveler improve dia punya kuasa dia lawan dengan diorang. Interesting. The story of Genshin Impact is getting interesting guys. So sayang siapa yang stop main Genshin tengah jalan, kena keep main lagi guys. Especially story dia lah. So sama balik kat sini. Jom. Apa yang jadi di depan ni? Adakah Kazuha akan flashback ke atau masuk dunia lain? Time ni ke mata dia purple?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
Alright.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
Dah kenapa Paimon? Tasni Hashem, welcome to Steve. Traveler boleh guna dua elemen serentak. Betul, masa lawan dengan Chai. And kalau ikut law, I'm tak sure. Ami rasa dia sekarang dah ada Electrovision. Dia dah pegang statue Electro Archon kan. Ami rasa as long dia dah pegang semua elemen tu, dia boleh just swap. Macam tu je kot. Bila dia lawan dengan enemy. Sebab tu dia dapat bantai Live Seniora time dekat Inazuma. Sebab dia dah ada 3 vision. Ami rasa dalam cerita ni logik dia makin vision banyak yang kau absorb, makin power lah Traveler ni. And tak mustahil bila dia dah absorb 7 Archon punya vision, dia ada 7 elemen, and mungkin dia boleh tukar bila-bila dia nak, membuatkan Traveler lagi kuat. Kat situ lagi logik dia boleh lawan Fatui Harbinger nombor 6, nombor 5, nombor 4. And mungkin dia boleh lawan Kayo Archon nanti. Sebab logiknya dia, kat situ logiknya dia perlu kuat Traveler. Kalau tak macam mana dia akan nak lawan dengan Fatui akan datang kan. So sebab tu Paimon pun suruh Traveler ni pergi region lain supaya dia absorb the element, supaya yelah Traveler pun jadi power. And dia nak cari kakak dia Lumin kan. Ada sebab lain juga. Tapi so biasa kat situ kot, kenapa Traveler bila makin banyak dia pergi tempat lain, adventure, experience, makin power Traveler ni sendiri. Sebab the first adalah power yang dia absorb when it comes to status. And kedua, experience dia lah yang jumpa orang semua. Of course, experience membuatkan orang tu lebih hebat kan. And ketiga, mungkin Ami rasa Traveler ni slowly but surely kuasa original yang kena hilang, kena curi daripada Heavenly Principle tu coming back balik. Sikit demi sikit. Maybe lah. Ini teori lah. Yang ni tak pasti. Sebab tu dia makin kuat. Yo, faham? Pedang Traveler akan tukar time kita jumpa. Dapat balik pedang kat si awal gitu masa lawan non-gunner. Ya doh, yang pedang kuning tu. Fun fact, Lumin ada pedang tu. Illumi yang jahat ni lah, yang twin dalam cerita aku ni. Tak silap aku dia pegang pedang tu dan kita jumpa dia masa Day Slave hari tu ada tu. Yap. Betul, kalau dia ada pedang tu automatically Traveler jadi OP lah. Ada Harbinger pernah ke Sagonomia. Dia bagi delusion dekat Sagonomia Ambi. Yes. Ni Scaramouche. Sebab tu banyak turtle kokomi macam tua sebab delusion tu makin berumur. Ya, betul. Scaramouche disebut kat dua-dua tentu Sagonomia ada kuju. Saya dia guna life forge berguna sebagai bayar. Ya, betul. Siapa yang guna delusion tu dia akan tua lah. Dia akan tua and pendek umur lah. Betul. Tapi Amir rasa ada dua jenis delusion. Satu delusion yang semua orang boleh pakai, yang macam sekarang bagi tu, tapi in fact dia memang cepat mati semua tu lah, cepat tua semua kan. Satu lagi delusion khas untuk orang yang ada vision je. Sebab kalau kita perasan, Chai pakai delusion, Diluc ada delusion. Okay, saya ulang lagi, Diluc ada delusion. Okay. Tapi kenapa dia orang tak tua? Sebab delusion dia orang lain. Abi tak tahu apa nama dia, tapi Abi just nak panggil vision delusion. Di mana delusion tu power dia yang dia ambil daripada vision, bukan daripada manusia. So disebabkan tu dia tak tua, tapi dia still penat. Sebab kalau kita pasal kita lawan dengan Chai, lama-lama Chai penat. Diluc kita tak pernah lawan dengan dia lagi. Tapi Diluc ada delusion. Saya sebut banyak kali Saya nak bagi tahu betapa coolnya Diluc ni lah. Sebab dia ada delusion. Delusion bapak dia sebenarnya. Siapa yang tak baca manga dia tahulah. Yang baca manga faham. Okay, ni dah banyak cerita kat sini lah. Apa ni Fahim cakap ni? Oh, faham. Itulah tu sih. Just Kujo Commission tak dapat delusion sangat sebab dia orang ada buat deal dengan commissioner, orang atas Kujo Commission. Ya, betul Fahim. Orang atas commission tu dah kena buang sekarang Dia yang bapak tiri yang jaga Kujo Sara kan. Tak guna punya orang. Alasannya dia buat tu sebab dia nak kaya lah. Fatih boleh bagi dia duit semua. And satu lagi, Sara kan ada tanya dia, kenapa kau pengkhianat Shogunate kan, iaitu Raiden Shogun. Alasannya adalah Raiden Shogun tak mampu dikalahkan. Fatih nak buat apa saja, nak buat apa-apa, buatlah. And dia tak boleh bantai Raiden Shogun lah. So orang atasan Kujo Commission ni kononnya berani bercakap apa-apa jadi, dia orang tak boleh tupaskan Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun memang OP kan. Memang Amir boleh cakap dia atau salah satu Zhongli kira aku yang paling kuat tujuh region ni lah. Tapi Eva pun agak bodoh lah. Kau mengucap kacir kat Inazuma. Eva pun memang dia tak boleh bunuh Raiden, of course. Tapi jahanamnya sudah Inazuma kerana orang tua atas Kujo Commission tu lah. Saya banyak baca plot Genshin. I need to get 5-star grass, man. It's okay, Fahim. I also weak low Genshin. Nak pegang grass keluar dekat depan rumah, settle dah. Rumput depan rumah je. Fahim pergi keluar sekarang. Aduh, anda semua. Sama balik jom.
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place.
Yep, jom.
Two ordinary humans entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen.
Let's hurry.
Yes, let's go. If nothing, quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you Fahim. Anda komen Thank you. Siapa yang dalam live ni yang boleh like and subscribe, boleh guys like, subscribe. Thank you Fahim. Xiao Min kita. Shout out to Xiao Min. Abang ni power Xiao. Xiao kau. Alah tak ada kat sini pun nak tengok. Xiao kau si berapa. Jom. Kita akan masuk dalam ni. Oh, aku punya ni salah Kristi. Ya, kita akan masuk macam dom ni. Apa benda asap-asap hitam tu? Fox. Aku hari-hari tangkap benda ni. Perform as always. Lol. Fahim memang power. Lain macam gelombang-gelombang hitam ni. Ini macam asap dak kamar Xiao tu. Kan Fahim? Macam Kita tengok betul-betul. Macam tapi dia macam tak ada hijau. Ya macam ada hijau kan. Macam Xiao punya burst. Lamain.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two.
Saya nak sebut Xiao punya skill. Lamain. Apa lamain? Lemonade tu lah dia. Datuk apa kurangnya kan? Am I right Honkai Sensei? Itu lah tu. Lee pun perform as always. Betul lah tu Fahim.
The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Alright. So isi aku banyak hisap. Pongok lah anda. Aduh. Alright.
Whoa! Look at all those
Helicha.
They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
No.
It's...
Apa tu?
Look at this red stuff.
By the looks of it, a letter. Written... well...
I am Nagato. I was wounded by anyone. Oh, okay. Oh.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato.
Tapi kenapa dua-dua macam pelik perangai?
Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seemed... Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hill... Yes. Right now, we need to... If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer...
Right! So let's get moving!
It's not in his nature.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait! You figured it out?
I believe so. But it's something of an... On with the search. We must...
Interesting. Keep following the scent and looking for clue. Hold up. Tadi kat surat tu dia tulis Sanchiko. Yup. Ya, ada. Kenapa tu? Kenapa dengan Sanchiko? Siapa dia tu? Important character? Ami agak lupa siapa dia. Macam-macam asap ziau dalam ni. Kenapa bila Kazuha je ada macam wing bulat ni? Siapa yang ingat masa kita main dengan tournament Bedu tu? Tak kita nak curi vision enemy. Hello Azahari, handsome. Welcome to the Azahari. Lama gila tak nampak Azahari. Sihat Azahari? Adakah anda pull Kazuha ataupun Heizou? Oh, kat kapal tu.
Why here?
I'm not sure, but on closer... Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
So Kazuha bertukar sih. Gila lah. Daripada cool ke ganas. Uish. Aza-chan, Akimi is back. Keluar dah Mamat dah aura ni.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before.
I see. Sihat, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, Zari. PUBG bentar. Okay, it's okay, Kimi.
What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Pedang ni sudah keluar dah.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Pedang ni sebenarnya kan.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its
I
vicinity.
see.
The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
So pedang ni hidup and dia cuba kuasai si Yuya ni sikit demi sikit and sekarang dah kontrol sepenuhnya. Wow. Cerita apakah yang saya tengah mendengar ni sahabat-sahabat sekalian? Sangat interesting. Si Netpo tadi dapat kli pucat. Wow, dapat kli. Interesting. Kli pucat. Oh! Itu cici bang. Mampus. GG lah, aduh. Saya proses kejap untuk memahami klip pucat tu apa. Dapat Heizou dah, tak dapat ke? Aduh, kesian Azhari. Yang Shashiko tu aku kena buat investigation balik kat shrine kucing kat Siwa Island. Tapi aku macam pernah dengar lah nama Shashiko ni. Betul tu cakap Fahim. Baru Fahim masih ingat. Dia hilang kesabaran tu. I see, Z. Okay.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
Weapon yang menggunakan Ishin tradition yang boleh berperangai macam ni kan? Macam ni lah. Tadi ada pakcik tadi cerita tadi.
As a descendant of the Kaidahara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Raiden Gokaden. Itu tak dapat juga. Ouch. Kesian Azhari. So okay Azhari, ada lagi 20 hari. Good luck.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
Snezhnaya. Price is in blame. Mana yang bercakap ni pedang ni dah agak dah. Pergi Snezhnaya
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
Interesting.
So, swords can become
And control people.
and control people?
Macam Fist-Wing Desire lah. Tapi Fist-Wing Desire yang Albedo tu, yang first limited weapon tu, yang itu tak boleh control pupil kan. Tapi yang itu dia boleh macam curse orang kan, tak silap.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
Lain macam si weapon ni. Anda jangan pelik-pelik weapon ni. Freedom Sword yang 5 star tu pun tak ganas macam pedang ni. Siap boleh control mind lagi. Itulah pasal. Kaedah Zuma dia banyak law tersorok. Mirror text page, item description. Aku kena check balik. Kalau abang fine check semua tu, saya tak tahulah. Abang punya hebat lain macam lah. Saya pun tak berani nak baca tu semua bang. Kan tak berani bang, tak ada masa.
I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Bercahaya-cahaya dah.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares
What the
happens
fuck?
to them? They are but tools that serve my mission.
Maknanya weapon aku dah bunuh je lagi.
When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
Dia nak guna body Kazuha untuk lawan Raiden Shogun. Interesting pedang ni. Interesting.
Haidehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
No way Kazuha gonna touch that sword.
Now, give your body over to me.
Serius lah Kazuha akan pegang. Okay Kazuha, jangan bagi.
This is order.
Kau masih okay, aku pun nak cakap yang dia tak keras ke apa.
My apologies.
Kazuha. Aku masih pegang 4 ni. Bantai dia Kazuha. Kazuha pakai apa ni by the way? Okay, MiHoYo. Okay, MiHoYo. What? Wow. You make our people Kazuha look so stupid, MiHoYo. Oh my god, default MiHoYo sangat super hinaan. Oh my god. Kalau kita guna karakter-karakter lain, at least semua 4 star tau. Kalau trial 5 star karakter dalam quest kaliber. So far ni yang macam paling hina dia orang buat. Agak Sashi bakar. Pada Shogun be like, no hal. Itu lah tu. Tak mati beku pula member dari Shes Nanya datang ke Inazuma pakai macam tu. By the way Z, dia tukar-tukar host. So yang daripada Shes Nanya orang lain, betul yang tu orang lain. Last sekali Yuya lah. Tak, apa pendapat anda semua tentang apa yang MiHoYo bagi pada Kazuha when it goes to trial? Pendapat kami satu perhinaan GG lah. Dah mati ada ni. Easy money je. Bunuh je menggunakan weapon anda Kazuha. Easy.
Not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man.
Pisang juga. Macam mana tu?
He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
That will smash you to piece.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
Aku sedang melihat sebuah kebodohan yang telah terjadi. Betul tu Azahari. Betul itu. Itu yang saya nak anda tengok apa yang MiHoYo buat. Ya, weapon Philip Blade. Ha. Second when selepas dah Blade menurut Mihoyo. Iya, aku tak faham lah. Begitu hina dia orang buat Kazuha ni. Kesian Kazuha kita ni.
By any means necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny.
Tak, adakah weapon akan pergi ke Kazuha? Sebab mata Kazuha purple lah dalam cutscene ni.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
Interesting. Trailer Kazuha dulu waktu first release pun kalau bang tengok memang dia guna filler blade. Oh, serius lah. So Mihoyo memang anggap filler blade tu signature Kazuha. Kesian gila si Kazuha.
As I've mentioned before,
Aduh.
the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner, now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
Interesting. Dia orang nak kekan konsep tu kau. ICZ patutlah. Filler blade tu signature dia. Ha, GG lah Mihoyo Nanti aku lawan NPC tu be like Xiao. Disappear. Only I will. What? Lain macam. Fahim Syak tulis dialog
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, but the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life.
Power si Kazuha bila berkata-kata. Boleh terdiam semua. Habis faham tu. Nice. Kazuha guna Tok no Jutsu. Ya dia faham. Itu tu.
Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired? Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is risky strategy.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor.
So kat sini yang mata Kazuha akan purple. Interesting.
The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't...
But
even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risk.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed now. Take me in your hand.
Holy shit.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
At least kau tak pegang filler blade lagi. That's a nice thing. Alright.
We find some enemies.
Kita dah pukul 11 by the way. Alright. Sempat ke tak ni?
Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild.
Lawan Traveller lah Kazuha. Confirm pedang ni tak menang. Double for the win. Aduh. Kita pukul 11 by the way.
The Tsukasa clan abandoned that secret
Sempat ke ni?
base. It's been held by Ronin ever since.
Alright.
All right. Please lead the way.
By the way, Kazuha punya mata belum purple lagi.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he has...
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
Lambat lagi ke ni? Kita cuba cepat. Kita cuba percepat yang boleh. Alright. Part 2 ke? Lambat lagi ke Fahim? Kalau lambat aku Part 2 play sikit lagi. Kat habis ni. Sebab saya pukul 11 kena off lah guys. GG. Kita salah pula. Alright. Kat mana? Okay. Oh ni domain lah. Okay. Ni domain yang sama masa Raiden first request. Guna balik dia orang Okay, tak apa, kita try Part 2 Heizou Hangout event Hangout event ni tak boleh unlock tu Kazuha.
Leave everything on this.
Wih lah. Oh shit. Okay, yang lain semua sama. Weapon dia lawa.
lucky day.
Wind strike.
Finally,
Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call.
Let's get down to business.
Tapi Kazuha gameplay masuk sedap. Oh, sakit.
How are you feeling? You okay?
Entah, aku tak start lagi sebab aku kena ambil setiap dialog bentar. I see. It's okay, fine.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, though he's making every effort to persevere.
Something else on your...
How strange. Rather than trying to control
Try to
me,
match my fighting win.
let's keep going.
Oh, interesting. Ada chest ke by the way? Tak ada. Wah, baru cakap. Mesti ada chestnya. Dia orang akan letak chest kan kat tepi-tepi domain selalu. Kena tengok
Time to go.
Tak ada.
Time to go.
It's my lucky day.
As one with wind and cloud.
My blade. Finally,
City Kazuha, oh itu lah tu.
Something's up with the blade.
Tambah lagi velocity dah akan live up 100 minute for now. Dia nak Kazuha masuk chapter kota IC. It's going dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. He cannot hold out much longer. If he...
But what would that do to...
I will be careful with it. He also said he's still trying to achieve...
Pedang ni sendiri dah tua punya. Maksud aku, dia berkata yang dia tak boleh berlawan sangat. Sebab dia dah mula hilang kuasa dia. Nah, easy. Tapi lawan dia ni easy sebenarnya. Cuma kali ni kita guna Kazuha je. So tak berapa easy sangat. Kasih api sikit. Oh tak ada payung. Oh okay. Yang ni. Sini. Alright.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Alright.
Is you okay? It looked like you...
Yes.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you... Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
Oh pedang tu dah ni. Nampak dah tua.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
I see.
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
What's that supposed to
Aku
mean?
faham apa maksud Kazuha. Orang yang boleh bagi kuasa yang sebetulnya pada pedang tu adalah owner yang buat pedang tu lah. Dia kat Snezhnaya kan, dah tak ada kan.
Here they are! Take them down!
Interesting.
Where do they keep coming
We
from?
should fight with this blade anymore.
Yup. We can help this time.
Let's
Don't
go.
worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Philly blade! I miss you, my brother. Mwah. Philip Blade for the win, boys. Philip Blade for the win. Comment, guys. Philip Blade FCW. Thank you, Mihoyo. For participator Kazuha Philip Blade.
As one with wind and cloud, wind strike.
Baiklah Philip Blade.
You fought
Easy je
way
bantai enemy.
better with your own sword.
Yep, tepat sekali.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, no one knew anything of my story throughout my travels. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you...
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen.
I see. So sebab tu Kazuha akan repair dia.
Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it...
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
Betul lah tu. Philip Blade for the win.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that
Oh,
time.
maknanya Kazuha akan repair dia.
Plus, in the moment that I
Interesting.
most needed it, I received aid from another power, skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it.
Go Philip Blade. Itulah tu.
I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Pedang pun boleh menangis, guys. This is so sad.
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
Kazuha tak buat pedang tu balik ke?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Okay. So, interesting.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been.
Oh, serious ah? So, start buang semua 5-star weapon and ganti dengan weapon 3-star. Yeah, let's go! Let's go Philip Blade for the win, boys! Sebenarnya saya kutip pedang ni kat Liyue je. Itulah tu, Ziri. Reaction tak boleh belah. Pedang tu mesti macam, what the hell? Iya. By the way, when I touched the hill for the first time, it was transferred to a strange dimension. Oh, ini adalah cutscene tu nanti, okay.
A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a... He spent the rest of his life in the forge. Not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his action. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods.
Interesting.
All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith. That they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Kalau aku dalam game senang je respon aku kat pedang tu. Plot armor, baby.
Right.
Aduh, Fahim.
I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes. It is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt, but darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement.
Nice.
Release Ame no Mayuya.
Pedang pun boleh bertaubat, guys. Pedang pun boleh bertaubat, apatah lagi manusia. So nice. Pedang ni dengan cakap Kazuha lah.
But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Sebab tu Kazuha reply dia ke?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised.
Pedang ni dah baik dah.
My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again, nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle
Lawan dengan
since.
Traveler, can be the greatest battle kot.
My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. You are a fine warrior.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Right.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others.
Dia dah sedar Aku macam nak bagi pedang tu kat Bennett supaya Bennett ada kawan yang tak akan tinggalkan dia. Ya, don't Fahim. It's gonna make sense. Tu juga.
I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryou Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Cutscene? Oh, okay, tak. Unless kita dapat chat. Alright. Pukul berapa dah ni? Oh shit. 11:30 guys. Cepat. Tolonglah cutscene. Kejap aku intermission dulu sekejap boleh? Kejap aku AFK dulu, nanti aku datang balik Kejap
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes.
Halo. Maaf guys Okay, kita cuba habis cepat mungkin. Saya sebenarnya selalu pukul 11 kena off tau. So, ada viewer lagi ke dalam ni sebenarnya? Ada yang masih menonton ke? Kau nak saya habiskan kan? Okay, aku cuba habiskan dalam satu stream ni. Tu ingat kan, dah boleh habis tapi tak habis lagi. Pisang betul. So, jom kita sambung balik. Siapa ada lagi dalam stream ni Say hi dalam komen, saya nak tahu. Saya sanggup stream lagi ni kerana anda yang masih menonton lagi 7 orang ni. Oh guys, okay guys, please don't forget to leave a like, enjoy. I'm 57 because to equal waktu. Also please subscribe, it will mean a lot to you. Thank you very much Fahim. Thank you very much. Kita ping lah komen Fahim. Fahim bagus lah. Thank you. Ya, saya sanggup habiskan ni kerana anda. Takkan nak tergantung kan. Aku boleh je main off stream. Habiskan separuh ni tapi tak syok lah pula anda yang tengok separuh ni. So aku cuba habiskan dalam stream. Alright.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Gila lah. Ini gempak. Oh tak, moderator tu aktif. Itulah tu, abang automatic moderator
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
That's how samurai fight. Let's go. Sekejap. Kan desainnya dah buruk. Wah, aduh. Buruk siap weapon dia. By the way, weapon 4 star lagi. Oh shit. Saya lagi suka filler blade lah. Mihoyo, kenapa tak bagi filler blade Mihoyo? Filler blade is much better.
Wind strike.
Oh, kuat juga Mamat Emanoma ni. Even dia tak ada vision. Sakit Kazuha ni.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Ouch. Power ke Mamat ni?
Wind strike. It's fine.
Menjauh kau. Anda memang OP.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves.
Baik ending.
Thank you for the experience.
Right.
Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have... It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Dia nak repair balik diri dia lah. Of course lah. Itu yang kita tengok dalam cutscene trailer kan. Yang macam dia yang Kazuha pegang tu penukul tu. Jangan risau, weapon keluarga dia aku pergi bagi kat kecil. Ui, tapi kalau yang ada purple tu estetik lawa kan. Masalahnya final design ni warna merah nanti. Betul tak? Ya, macam yes. Kena dengan warna Kazuha tema dia. Interesting. Patutlah macam dia merah sikit.
It's Yuya. You have returned.
Yuya, okay, cousin.
I'm sorry to have troubled you.
Nephew dia.
It's all thanks to them that I was able to return
bukan.
safely.
Nephew dia pula. Yang seorang lagi tu, suami kepada bini dia tu. Damn, I don't know what.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that can... Considering their... But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bantan-san
Dah jumpa juga Mr. Nagato. Mr. Nagato yang suami kepada bini dia ni. Okay. Saya silap kat situ.
Is he okay?
So dah settle lah dua-dua, dah hilang. Yang lelaki dua yang hilang dah jumpa dah.
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
Kazuha tahu.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it. Thank you. I will explain my reasons later.
Kat sini kita akan nampak cutscene Thor God and Thunder meme tu. Pembang Kazuha. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Welcome to the stream. Saya nak pull Kazuha tapi saya sayangi Paimon saya.
Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Alright. Mata purple Kazuha.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Rumah ni pedang tu tak boleh bercakap lagi. Macam tu dia buat weapon.
You're right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands. it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours.
Lama sih.
Rest in peace.
Warna kena dengan dia lah. Waduh. Style lah kalau ada Kazuha. Tapi dia punya passive tak kena sesuai sangat.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order.
So dipendekkan cerita, pedang tu dah tak boleh bercakap lagi selepas apa yang jadi. Bagi yang tak faham apa yang dialog itu cakap tadi. Keli, saya lagi tak minat Keli. Anime Black Speed. Pedang ni nak challenge pedang bal kan? Ya, betul tu Awi. Tapi dia dah bertaubat dah. Dia dah cuci tangan dah Awi. Nah mungkin setiap kali ada kat scene Kazuha, mungkin dia pakai pedang tu and not filler. Exactly. Fahim. Finally. Lawak aku punya reaction. But finally. Ya, aku lagi prefer weapon yang warna merah tu. Yang dah bertukar sekarang ni. Kazuha pegang compared to filler blade. Thank you very much lah. Mihoyo. Anda akhirnya bagi justice kepada Kazuha. No more filler blade. Kalau tak satu perhinaan sebenarnya. So, menarik lah cerita Kazuha story kan ni. Dia boleh lagi by the way. Alright.
His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Tapi bagus juga consciousness dia ni hilang. Sebab consciousness dia ni pun ada kena curse daripada Tatagimi. Apa benda tak sebutan dia. Disebabkan tu kerana kalau orang yang kawal pedang tu kena curse yang Tatagimi daripada conscious tu juga, dia pun akan terkena sekali orang yang pegang pedang tu. Kazuha hebat dia boleh kawal pedang tu walaupun ada curse dekat pedang tu. So disebabkan consciousness tu dah hilang, curse tu pun dah hilang sekali. So anyone boleh guna pedang ni. And sadly tadi Fahim kata Bennett boleh buat teman. Tak, Bennett kalau pegang pedang ni pun pedang dia tak boleh bercakap lagi pun. So GG lah, pedang dia dah tak ada suara dah. So Fahim faham cerita basic dia. Tak tahulah kalau kau lebih in-depth. Tapi basic dia menarik. Sangat best story kuih Kazuha ni.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
Nama weapon dia yang sebenar. Kagotsurube Ishish. Interesting.
It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. And thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
Too dangerous if you ask me.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Oh ya, the offer masa mula-mula tu. Bila nak habis ni? Kemudian Kazuha. Wah, Kujo Kamaji whisper. Okay, aku harap ini last. Lagi pun pedang ni ada dalam story Code of Sewa. Ya betul, Kazuha feel the blade perhinaan. Ya, Ziwi. Traveler dengan double blade kemanggaan. Double blade the best. Tak apa, biarlah double blade. Yang penting Traveler boleh tukar elemen. GG. Pendapat ambil Traveler kan, kalau nak bagi dia signature, ya ambil tahu signature dia yang Yang pedang yang macam Looming tu, yang Evil Twin tu, yang mula-mula start Genshin kan. Tapi yang Black Sword ni, kalau dia boleh tukar nama dia The Light Sword, lepas tu macam putihkan sikit, lepas tu dia macam elemen emas macam baju Eater ni, nice signature untuk Traveler lah. Second signature lah compared to first weapon yang hilang masa lawan dengan Heveling. Pretty simple tu kan. Tapi Black ni nampak macam darkness, so tak sesuai lah. Kalau dia putih, dia The Light Sword, baru kena. Mewai Chai masih pakai 2-star bomb masa first time kita jumpa. Serius lah Abang Faiz, saya tak notice yang tu. Chai pakai 2-star bomb masa kita jumpa dia yang hey girly yang sing tu ke? Serius lah. Kau anda sangat detail lah Fahim. Saya pun tak notice yang tu. Oh, dekat patung ni. Kat patung ni lah yang si Kazuha nak saya ingatkan sing. Kazuha di sini. And kita traveler kat sini kan. Raiden kat belakang ni cuba nak attack traveler lah. Time tu yang vision kat patung. Dah tak ada lagi kan. Dulu kan ada macam kilat-kilat tu semua vision. Dia tu activate time Kazuha dekat sini. Dia terus lompat attack Raiden lah. Best lah scene tu, memang best. By the way, kita cepat nak habiskan ni, jom.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost.
Dalam boss Chai Polar Star. Oh, dalam boss Polar Star Okay, itu gempak. Ambil rasa sebab Fahim, sebab apa tau? Kai Chai mula-mula berlakon jadi kawan kita. So dia buat macam dia noob sikit lah tu, dia pakai bow 2 star. Logik tak? And time masa boss fight tu baru macam dia tunjuk, aku budak 5 star, kau jangan main-main lah. Dia keluarkan Polar Star dia tu. Chai save budget masa tu, dia tak nak show off. Baru aku cakap Zil. Baru aku cakap tadi, di mana yang dia kan mula-mula berlakon dia bukan Fatui. Tapi first kat scene tu lawa. Yang hey geli tu. Yes. Logik kan? So macam make sense lah. Yang mula-mula dia buat macam pakai bow murah tu. Tapi masalahnya si Kazuha ni pakai filler blade. Tapi tak apalah. Dia dah jelaskan dalam cerita dia pakai filler blade ni sebab dia memang nak bagi tahu dia pakai pedang biasa. Menarik lah. Pandai Mihoyo ni, macam dia dah fatakkan benda dalam trailer. Lepas tu dia macam bagi alasan dalam game ni, story quest, yang memang benda tu patut jadi macam tu. And now sekarang dia bagi pedang yang sesuai untuk Kazuha. Warna yang pedang baru tu memang matching colour baju dia lah. Boleh gak set time tu kita tak tahu dia Fatui RJ Fahim. Mihoyo memang bijak.
The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon.
Alright.
I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Nice.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
Please take a look at this blade.
Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Baik tu. Warna dia kena sikit lah dengan baju Kazuha. Memang kena lah merah.
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path.
Alright.
Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
So Kazuha tak nak join Interesting.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
Kazuha memang jenis suka travel sendiri dia. Interesting. Nice character development by Kazuha. Dia twist semua benda. Even Kazuha punya pedang dia kasih hit 2.7, pedang punya dah hilang. Itu lah tu. Chai masa boss fight boleh tembak whale bagai ada shit dengan form 4 legacy. Chai playable character skill and cooldown lama. Itu lah pasal. Tapi best lah siapa ambil Lumin. Meanwhile aku dapat hey buddy. Kazuha Ya tu, Fahim. Aku pun dapat Hebadi. Kazuha nak balik kepada Mami Bedu. Ya. Lah dia suka betul lepak dengan Bedu and the gang. Quartz team. Dengan pisau, my boy, where's Mami? Itulah tu.
However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Dia nak adventure lah tu. Interesting Kazuha ni.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
Ya.
Probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Betul lah cakap Fahim. Tahniah Fahim, anda meneka dengan betul.
As for my next destination.
Tapi nice lah. It's not impossible kita boleh jumpa Kazuha di tempat lain. Sebab dalam cerita ni kan dia kata dia memang selalu pergi dengan Bedu semua kan, travel. So nice lah. Kita mungkin akan jumpa Kazuha the next story quest dekat region lain. It makes sense. It can happen lah. Kan? So yup.
Let's see where the wind takes me.
Yup. Macam aku cakap tadi. Bunyi wings. Alright. Acer Parliament Chapter Act 1 complete. Finally. It the ends. Betul. Tadi ada orang kat komen kata, betul ke weapon ni tak boleh upgrade Wi-Fi? Yes. Ini salah satunya weapon dalam sejarah R1. Ya, it makes sense. Sebab bila kita dengar lore dia tadi, yang weapon ni telah dibunuh dan conscious semua dah hilang. So, Ambil tak rasa dia perlu refine kan macam korang kita upgrade weapon ni. So, just dalam story ni macam realitinya adalah korang tak boleh ubah apa-apa lagi dah weapon ni. Dia macam ni sampai bila-bila. Kind like that lah. Dia boleh je buat refine, but I think lore dia kadang-kadang nak masukkan dalam gameplay mekanik macam real kan. So, dia level 1 sampai bila-bila lah. Tadi ada orang kata yang weapon ni lagi power daripada The Flute R5. Interesting. Nice lah. Tapi nampak nice lah. Better daripada Philip Blade lah. Dia punya passive pun okay lah. Better daripada Philip Blade juga passive dia ni. Tapi kalau kita nak level up dia, sekejap guys. Saya nak ambilkan weapon metal yang sampah dulu. Wah, tak nak guna yang tu. Saya nak kurangkan stok. Ni filler blade. Saya ada satu filler blade ni. Dia pakai metal apa by the way? Alright. Tak ada lagi dah. Alright, nice. Oh, kendala ni. Boleh lah. Refine je lah lagi sekali. Dah kot. Saya mungkin tak guna weapon ni. Tapi lawa. Saya suka weapon ni. Design ni memang lawa. Tapi itulah. Tak tahu nak bagi untuk siapa. Semua dah ada weapon ni sendiri. So I think that's for the video. Thank you siapa yang layan live stream ni sampai habis. Kazuha story quest sangat menarik. Dah tak ada lagi dah. Kita tinggal ni je lagi. Kalau kau nak tengok aku main story quest ni kat live stream boleh juga. Tapi mungkin kadang aku akan main off stream kot. Sebab macam cepat sikit. So, jom kita intermission jap. So, apa pendapat korang tentang Kazuha Story Quest? Best ke tak? Siapa yang dah main? Yang dah main tu, apa pendapat korang? Apa ni? Saya tak start Story Quest lagi, boleh tahu fikir Kazuha sikit. Nice kan? Tapi, so, at least kau main, kau faham nanti faham lagi. Apa ni, kau main Japan ke English? Macam aku suka main English, sebab English lagi faham cerita dia. Angin tu venti tergentuh. Dia macam tak power ke dia kan. Dia kalau macam contoh lah Venti dah mati nak ganti Archon lain kan. Kazuha is the best next Archon yang boleh jadi untuk monster. I know Kazuha for Inazuma. Tapi the way dia guna vision and the way dia faham betul-betul elemen animal tu boleh level-level Venti tu. When it comes to law lah. Sebab Venti pun sekarang is the weakest Archon in the Seven Nation. Interesting lah. Kazuha tu kalau jumpa dengan Venti, kalau buat lawan fight tu, dua-dua tu kira mencabar tu. Sebab dua-dua power sebenarnya. Dapat rasa dapat jumpa Kazuha dekat Shesnaya sebab pedang tu dari sana. Lagi tu pedang tu tak boleh hafai. Boleh jadi Awi, boleh jadi. Tapi ambil rasa dia tak akan hafai lah. Dia akan R1 sampai bila-bila. R1 dia dah max. Betul. Rasanya dia tak akan naik lagi. Cuba Traveler try. Nanti aku try lah. Hello bang, Ahmad Ku. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see Ahmad Ku. Lama tak jumpa. Weakest and youngest. Yeah, it's gonna be a powerful duel. Sebab Venti akan yang paling lama. Tapi dia paling... dia lama dengan Zhongli. Zhongli lagi lama saja. Tapi dia OG juga Venti. Tapi dia yang paling weakest. Kazuha walaupun dia youngest tapi cara dia... You know, the way he control the element animal tu macam dia boleh level-level Archon animal lah. Nampak gaya 2 tahun lagi baru Kazuha nak rewind balik. GG lah Siapa yang tak pull Kazuha ni, bahaya ni. Aku ada soalan kat DM kau. Lah, sekejap aku tengok. Okay, jom kita baca sama-sama. Based on kau punya play to story quest Kazuha, kau rasa ada ke kita dah akan explore lebih mendalam pasal Inazuma punya lore? Sebab aku dah banyak spend time kat Inazuma dan banyak interesting story macam 3 Gardeners, lebih mendalam ekonomia, Ascension backstory, Tauki, Kak Change Force S1. Betul, Tauki Kak Change Force aku tahu. Possible. Kita akan dapat lebih banyak lagi quest mendalam pasal Inazuma. Confirm. Benda ambil intermission balik. Memang possible. Sebab mesti memang kalau kita tengok Liwei, kan kita dah pergi Inazuma apa, ada je balik quest yang dia akan bawa kita ke Liwei. Yang kita buat apa ni, the Jade Chamber tu balik kan. So, it's not impossible. Inazuma akan ada quest yang mungkin akan quest. Bukan story quest, mungkin akan quest. Macam Liwei kan akan quest yang Bull Jade Chamber tu balik kan. So yeah, it's not impossible. Kita mungkin akan jumpa balik semua karakter-karakter Inazuma. Kita mungkin ada quest yang akan macam Fahim cakap, yang kita mungkin akan lebih tahu lebih mendalam pasal apa yang jadi kat Inazuma, kat tempat ni semua dan sebagainya. So ya, tak impossible apa. Memang MiHoYo ada plan benda ni. Dalam merancang kita yang lalai guys. So ya, nice question by the way Fahim. Betul-betul. Ambil rasa yelah kita akan tengok lagi macam-macam quest macam ni lagi lah dekat Inazuma akan datang. Venti 1,600, Zhongli 6,000. Ya, banyak juga beza tu Fizati tua Lain macam, diorang ni tua semacam diorang ni. Tapi diorang ni OG lah. Compare to Archon lain semua lagi muda. Bukan lagi muda, maksudnya diorang baru dapat the title Archon. Kalau tak sebelum ni orang lain. Macam contohnya sebelum Makoto Makoto is the original Archon untuk Electro, tapi dia dah mati. Dia mati dekat Kanuya kan. Cerita dia panjang aku tak ingat. Dan El ganti dia lah. Dendro Kusanali dia paling muda kan. Antara semua Archon dekat Seven Nation, Kusanali is the youngest sebab tu dia loli. Interesting. And kita tak tahu lagi pasal Pyro Archon dan juga Heizou dan juga Chesnaya iaitu Sarista. Sarista tu pun macam OG. Tapi kita tak tahu apa OG-nya dia tu. Ya dia OG. Yang betul-betul 3 Archon yang memang tak pernah mati selepas The Great War Archon adalah Zhongli, Venti dan juga Sarista. Aku tak sebut nama betul Sarista, minta maaf. Kan? Fahim? Betul tak Fahim? This is the 3-1 original Archon sampai sekarang masih hidup. Ambil tak sure pasal Fontaine, Heizou dan juga Pyro Nathan. I don't know about that. But yang ambil confirm 3 ni memang OG yang tak mati lagi. Yang lain semua telah digantikan lah. Betul. Thank you clarify. Cewah. Apa ni? Maybe festival dekat Inazuma mesti akan ada walaupun 3.0 table dah dekat Semeru. Betul tu Z. Bagi siapa yang tak tahu dalam mimpi, kan akan ada skin untuk Ayaya Spring. I'm looking forward untuk Ayaya Spring. Please lah 5 star macam dulu. Tak sabar sih. So yeah, confirm akan ada Inazuma quest something like that. Saya boleh apply untuk Semeru Academy PhD. Yes. Saya luluskan. Anda sangat power Fahim. OG lah Sarista tu. Siap nak pergi lawan Celestia lagi. Betul. Ya, dia OG. Ya. Betul. Dia OG. And kan dia boleh deal dengan Lansin orang masa jumpa Zhongli. So ambil rasa mesti Lansin orang ada cerita apa hasad sebenar Cryo Archon nak buat dengan sebuah genosis tu. Kalau tak asal senang-senang Zhongli bagi je dia punya genosis tu kan. So it kinda make sense everything lah kan. Ya, Sarista tu OG memang. Ya, Tabito sama. Ya. Ya betul gak tu. 3 OG. Tapi umur personality tu dalam bawah 500 gak umurnya. Ya betul. 500 juga umur dia walaupun dia loli. Tu lah pasal. Tapi still kita tak tahu lagi banyak story untuk Pyro, Heizou, Sumeru, Akon ya. Sumeru dah banyak asing kita akan tahu tak lagi. Pyro dengan Heizou je lah. Kan, Netherlands dan juga Confronting. So I think that's for the video dekat pukul 12. Thank you very much siapa yang live stream ni mula sampai habis. Short juga borak dengan korang. Cerita pasal law ni semua kan. Borak dengan Z, dengan Fizati Tua, dengan Awi, dengan Fahim yang hebat ni, moderator kita ni. Memang syok lah. Memang syok gila go. Thank you very much. Sebab Al-Hitam Immortal kawan baik Zhongli. I see. Ni girlfriend kepada Zhongli. Guijon pun mati Guijon tu pun is an interesting character. Fahim? Anda mesti tahu siapa awak Zhongli. Guijon tu kan. Dia memang orang kata dia knowledge dia hebat. Ramai kata Ningguang adalah, kita nak kata anak dia macam perangai tu membawa ke Guijon. Sebab tu Zhongli mesti admire Ningguang sebenarnya. Saya faham law. Anda boleh buat dengan saya faham. Kita Awi pun power, Z pun power. Dalam ni semua power bab law ada specialty saya. Heizou account tu paling bijak dalam memodernkan Fortnite. Betul. Ada main juga event. Ya betul. Sana memang canggih. Sana macam modern world sikit. Sebab tu sana canggih sikit. Betul Z. Sana memang canggih. Tapi tak silap Fortnite ada masalah elektrik. Kalau siapa yang main last event yang kita buat robot patung letak kat teapot tu, yang si NPC tu ada cakap yang dekat Fortnite sekarang ada masalah sikit. Dia kata masalah tak cukup kuasa. Tapi kita tak tahu kuasa tu guna daripada apa. Ada orang kata air tak cukup. Tapi air berlambat. Tak tahulah air dia mungkin air lain. Sebab Heizou. Kedua mungkin electricity yang tak sebagainya. Tak tahulah. Mai Ziao Umam. Guijon ramai kata mak kepada Ziao Dia sayang Ziao lah. Sebab tu Zhongli jaga dia betul-betul. Si dia dengar cakap bekas awet dia. Muka sama tapi bukan dia. Alright, I think that's for the video. Thank you for watching guys. Short buat korang cerita pasal law ni semua. Thank you Tua. Thank you Phantom. Thank you Awi. Thank you Z. See you in the next live stream. Short apa So I think that's for the video. Thank you for watching. Apa tu? Mantap Amir. Masih ingat saya lagi kagum dengan anda. Of course. Bukan Sumeru ke penuh dengan ilmu, tapi kesian sebab tak modern walaupun dia digelar God of Wisdom. Ambil tak ingat apa yang Fontaine punya God of. Sumeru memang pandai semua benda, tapi dia tak maju. Betul. And cara dia orang menjual hidup dia orang adalah knowledge is a key, knowledge is a currency dekat Sumeru lah. So dia orang banyak fokus knowledge je dekat Sumeru ni. Sebab tu mungkin dia orang tak canggih. Tapi when it comes to Fontaine, dia orang punya fokus nak modern. Tapi mungkin disebabkan dia orang terlampau sibuk kejar kecanggihan tu. Sekarang dia orang kekurangan tenaga. GG. Kita nantilah nak tahu cerita pasal Fontaine ni bila dah ada leak semualah. Buat masa ni tak ada apa-apa lagi. Sekarang ni kita Sumeru dulu. So cerita Sumeru dulu. Ya, ini dah semua video. Thank you for watching guys. Saya tak ada dulu. Nak cakap ini buat tak berhenti jawab Apa tu? Ahmadku Fontaine God of Law and Injustice. I see. Ya betul. Why Sumeru God of Knowledge. Betul tu Fahim. Thank you guys. See you in the next live stream. Love, peace, unity. And I see you later guys. Assalamualaikum guys. Ciao dulu guys.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.